We are live on Pop Culture Breakdown. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to this delayed episode of Pop Culture Breakdown. It's been kind of a tough day for me, dealing with some family obligations, issues, etc., and so on. So I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you showing up. And of course, you know, the trauma of Doctor Who is it's been rotting my ass ever since I heard that Tennant was returning, but that Russell T Davies was not going to retcon the Timeless Children or fix the damage that Chin Balls did. So we've got a lot to talk about there. I also want to point out to everyone that next week we will not be on Wednesday night. We will be on Thursday night due to some holiday scheduling issues. So just wanted to let you guys know. But we've got a lot to talk about. There is a rumor that Kevin Feige's job is on the line, that you're going to start here talking points about him moving on to greener pastures, etc., and so on. But we'll discuss that. Also, Wish bombed. The Marvels declined sharply from its already piss poor performance. It's even worse. And we're going to talk about that and laugh about that. And our movie of the week that we love is Used Cars. So we've got a wonderful cast here, a panel of pop culture pundits. We've got Gary Ambrosia. Hail, Gary Ambrosia. How you doing, Gary?
Hail, Overlord Doomcock. How are you, my friend?
I'm hanging in. Got a weird fucking bad throat and a croupy kind of cough, but I think it's allergies. I don't know what it is. But I'm just doing okay.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, we had I think it was a breakout of Alpha Centaurian flu down in the down in Sector X today. So
shit.
I should have told you. I'm sorry. I'll get you the antidote as soon as possible.
I hope so.
Yeah, if you start sprouting little tentacles from your face, don't panic. We'll get it handled. You can shave them off. It'll go away in about 3 months.
Fucking hell. Well, I hope. Damn it. Yeah. Let's hope that is not the case. And we've got Mexican Iron Man. Hail to you, Mexican Iron Man, or No Disney Dividend Mike, as he is known. How are you, buddy?
Well, been watching some things I should know better than to watch, but I watched them anyways, which we're going to talk about, and I know better, but I did it anyways, and here we are.
Well, I salute you for your service. I also know that Douglas Nelson also watched some stuff that we're always saluting Douglas for his service as he shows up every week just a little bit more beaten down. Hail, Douglas Nelson. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too. Yes, my back is out, but I'm in.
he's all in. He's all in. The doctor is in. Hail to Douglas Nelson. And Nick of Echo Base Network. Nick, it's great to see you, buddy. How are you doing?
Oh, man, it has been a crazy last week with the holidays and everything. Yeah. I have literally watched nothing. I know nothing what's going on in the news. I haven't looked at anything. I haven't done anything. Like, I'm in the complete darkness. I've literally taken a break over this holiday Thanksgiving and just been hanging out with friends and family and all that sort of stuff. So I just started back to work today, so I had a crap ton of work stuff to do, and been super busy and looking forward to the show tonight.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, man. Even if you haven't seen the stuff, you can just revel in our pain and misery.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's fine. That's fine. Just because all the rest of us are, basically bleeding out of our rectums, that's fine. That's fine. It's nice that there's somebody not.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but I'm sure I'll find
Dr. Fucking Who.
Oh,
Dr. Fucking Who. And but I mean, but it's also like, the balm or salve that we're putting on is Wish's failure, the Marvels failure. Kevin Feige looks like maybe according to a rumor, he may be the chump that's taken the fall for it all. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. It's time for the breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, we have to talk about Doctor Who. I have not done a review of it for the reason that I refused to watch it. Why did I refuse to watch it? I refused to watch it because the minute that Russell T. Davies said he's not going to retcon the Timeless Children, that it doesn't need retconning, and his good friend Chinballs did such a fabulous job with it, my instant knowledge was, okay, then Doctor Who is lost. Doctor Who is dead. There's nothing to see. And then when he talked about Davros won't be in a wheelchair anymore, because that would be so insensitive to people in wheelchairs. Go fuck yourself, Russell T. Davies. It's so goddamn infuriating that I don't think I can go and watch any of the modern era Doctor Who that he was involved in anymore. Look, there's no point. There's no point in watching any more of it, ever. Nobody should watch this shit, period. End of story. Because this is the ultimate gob of spit in the faces of fans. There is no coming back. They're saying, when we sodomize Doctor Who, you'll take it and like it. Well, I won't. I won't. There's gold in them there Doctor Who reviews. But fuck that. Fuck that. I would rather starve than review that garbage. Now I'm aware of the lowlights of the goddamn thing because I've seen it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to fucking call it these days. I still call it Twitter. Still got a blue bird, ain't it? I don't know. Fuck it. Who cares? Look, the point is, I've seen the worst of it. We're going to talk about it. But I tell you what, two goddamn soldiers watched the episode and are going to review it tonight. But I just want to say, God damn it. If you're a fan of the Doctor, do not watch this season. Speak out against it at every fucking chance. Because this is dead. This is even more dead than Star Wars is. This is even more dead than the twisted wreckage of Kurtzman Trek. It's even more dead than that. Because this thing, they have laid it out. It has changed everything. The Doctor isn't even a fucking Time Lord anymore. He's not even from fucking Gallifrey anymore. Nothing about the Doctor is right anymore. So fuck them. That's like basically, at the end of a Star Trek episode, having Captain Kirk try to destroy the Enterprise because he was a Klingon agent all along. A female Klingon agent. In a wheelchair. He just was an invisible
plot
wheelchair.
Twist.
Yeah. Great plot twist. Fuck that.
Plot dick twist.
Exactly. A twist of the balls. A twist of the fucking balls. So fuck this shit. That's why. It's not out of laziness. It's out of goddamn conviction. And I'm asking all of you folks out there, all of you folks, all of you fans, we need to start, a boycott. Although a boycott is too weak a word. I think a goddamn existential rejection of Doctor Who. And I urge everyone that loves that franchise to speak out against it relentlessly, to become an enemy of the series, because this goddamn bullshit cannot fucking stand. In this goddamn, pronouns now, and these two women smugly, and the most condescending shit I've ever fucking seen, dressing down the greatest Doctor of the modern era, David Tennant, telling him he knows nothing. Fuck them. If you watch this shit from now on, it's also on you. But I don't blame Douglas and Mexican Iron Man because they wanted to see for themselves the proof. They had to put their hand in the side of the doctor, proverbially. And when he didn't move, yeah, he's dead. So I'm gonna turn it over to them. But God damn it. Do not watch this shit. Because if you do, you're like a whipped fucking cur. After being beaten and beaten and beaten by your fucking master, and you come crawling back with your goddamn tail between your legs. Oh, could I have some more? Can I have a fucking piece of kibble? Can I have a goddamn milk bone shoved up my fucking ass and then pulled out and fed to me? And gobble it the fuck up. Let me tell you something. This is bullshit. Bullshit. So, fuck. Let's get down to the specifics of the episode. I'm going to turn it over to the goddamn men that put their goddamn, testicles on the goddamn anvil and let them be pounded for an hour. I admire them. But this is just fucking, it's over. It's done. Mexican.
Yeah, I'll do it with
ahead,
Douglas. Let's do this together, Douglas.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, you guys.
So it was on this channel that when it was announced that Russell was coming back, I said on this channel I was hopeful.
Yeah,
Okay?
we all were, dude.
It's in the historical record that I said I was hopeful, and there was a different show that God I can't even look at myself in the camera because I'm just. This was a hard one to. Oh man,
I know, man. No,
this is a hard one. This is a hard one to swallow. So that's number one. Number two, this is not a Mexican Iron Man was right moment at all tonight. I mean, that's what they normally are, but not tonight. Number two is that on another show, you asked me who was my favorite doctor, and what did I say?
David Tennant. Well, modern era.
Yeah.
David Tennant.
Yeah, that's what I said on this show
Right.
about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And look, I know I had already left this franchise behind me because we went on to fight for Star Trek and Star Wars and other stuff. Like in my head, it was behind me. But dang it, Doomcock, you ever drive by the road and you see the sirens and you know you should just keep driving because you got somewhere to go and you're running late?
Right.
Like I saw this instead of the movie that we love tonight that we were supposed to watch. I didn't even see that for tonight, okay?
Right.
But I took the time to watch this. And like most things, I know there were videos popping up in my YouTube feed, Doctor Who this, Doctor Who that. I ignored them all. I went in blind. Okay? I went in completely blind.
Oof.
Yeah, man, I feel like I got hit by a truck.
Wow.
It's like trauma was reopened. Like it was like the wound, the scars were there, and the skin has been, and it just reopened up and ripped open. You remember when we used to watch all the episodes, and there's a certain vibe to them, and the lesson, and the adventure, and all of that. Of course, a lot of episodes, some were better than others. Some seasons certainly were better than others. Pre this woke shit. But good God, bro. Good God, when I had to see my boy get corrected on pronouns.
Oh God. Damn.
It just I was on the sofa. I was watching this thing like this. I'm on an 82-inch screen. So, and I'm listening and I'm like and I just felt literally like my Whovian soul leave my body, just drain out.
Yeah.
And man, I'm glad you didn't watch it though, because you think you're hot now. Woo!
Well, what is the point, dude? What is the point? When he said, I said right away, I said, if the Timeless Children is not retcon, Doctor Who is dead. And he said, we're not going to retcon it. I said, all right.
I went looking for hope. I went looking for hope. Okay? I know I can be a bit of a ranty guy, but there's still some hope in here. And man, fuck, how could they? I just don't understand how they could do this. I don't understand the writer's room. and maybe Douglas, you can help me understand this because you're a writer yourself. I'm not a writer, okay? I'm just a fan and a consumer, okay? I'm sitting here, Mexican Iron Man is sitting here with or without a sombrero, trying to have himself a good time watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand the writer's room. I don't understand how they could craft and say, this is what we're going to, like, who in the BBC decided that we're going to come back and this is going to be our best offering? How did this happen?
They're completely blind to the reality. They're stuck in their bubble. They're high on the fumes of their own release. And that's the only explanation
in the universe that the Doctor has had to solve. How in the hell does a lesson in pronouns? I mean, let's go back all the seasons, all the episodes, Doomcock, all the issues that we've dealt with around the universe, all of them, various scales of magnitude, various challenges. How and why did I want? Does the Doctor need? Do we need a lesson in fucking pronouns?
Yeah. How many like episodes of Doctor Who did pronouns come up as a fucking issue?
Metal cup. Oh.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Not many.
So
this is the first. Oh, wow.
David Tennant
already.
The fact that David Tennant cast a check for this,
yeah,
to stand there and allow his legacy to be tarnished by being lectured smugly by two fucking junior mints, like telling him he knows nothing, telling him literally, you know nothing.
Look,
that's what I would expect from somebody that presents as a male.
I didn't mind. Look, I could stomach this when Jodie was around because I expected it.
Yeah.
And they would actually be right when they say that. You know nothing.
You don't know anything.
You don't know anything. The first thing she did is crash the TARDIS. When she like manifested, she crashed the TARDIS. So yeah.
Douglas, help me. Tag me out, Douglas. I can't.
Okay. They do the pronoun scenes get the pronouns right for the furry animal that they're talking to, and then even this illustrates the absurdity of it all and the laziness. They took a story that was an old story from a Doctor Who comic strip, and they go, okay, that's what we'll do. When all they really wanted to write about was pronouns and the message and all that sort of thing. But in the scene here, you have the Doctor, who is, a Time Lord, newly regenerated. Well, he was a Time Lord. He's not anymore. But he newly regenerated,
right,
having been a woman, in conversation with a trans girl. It's like, so there's an opportunity if you really want to explore this stuff and all that sort of thing, and that the Doctor actually lived out this person's dream, but they don't even notice stuff like that, because they're not really thinking about storytelling or anything of that nature. And yes, when he announced that there would be no retcon of the Timeless Child, I knew, okay, there's trouble. Because I thought at best they would write around it or ignore it, and that you would get basic Doctor Who stories, which, it could have worked to some extent. But then when they did the Davros thing, that pretty much told you everything you needed to know, especially when he went to excruciating detail. He wanted damn sure to make sure you understood why he was doing that, and so that tells you what all of his new Doctor Who will be. And sure enough, that's all it was in the episode, where you have he talks about you can't unwrite the Timeless Children, but effectively he unwrote his Meta-Crisis storyline that saw the conclusion of the Donna Noble story in the past. So, and technically speaking, about the child carrying on with splitting up the Doctor's Time Lord essence that she contained, yeah, technically you can understand it as an explanation, but they don't even care about that. The whole setup was for that scene to tell the Doctor, you don't know anything, even though what they know is his knowledge. Oh And they go on and berate him because it's too bad you're not a woman anymore. And it was just all these women looking smug and 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 they do this, oh, let it go and all this crap. Meanwhile, the little monster told them that there's another hand behind all of this, which will obviously be the celestial toy maker that they're gonna do. And you think there'd be some curiosity to it, and supposedly they know everything, but they let it all go. It made no sense at all. It was all stupid. It was just to set up a scene where you had these, well, mostly women, berate this man, and for him to sit there and
he just stands there and takes it like, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I am.
It was just so bad, and it's just like, oh, and you meet Donna's husband, yeah, for about 5 seconds because he's rather, he's furniture. That's how he's treated, you know. And it was just pointless and stupid. And then you got the new scientific advisor, and and they got something wrong there. I thought Liz Shaw was the first actual scientific advisor until the doctor showed up. But anyway, whatever. And they deal with her, and she's all smug. Now, this is a woman who's in the position that the doctor once held. She's heard about the legendary doctor, and and there's this alien, and he changes his face and all this sort of stuff. And then she finally gets to meet him, and she's like, you're the doctor. Wow.
Right. That was insulting enough, by the way. Just right, Douglas, when you saw that, her reaction, wasn't that even just that was just, oh.
Yeah. And it's stupid. That would not be her reaction. You can still present her as this capable character, and she's got skills and stuff, except, I mean, again, others have pointed this out. When she shot the rockets out of her wheelchair, it would send her going backwards like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Right.
Unless she had the brakes on, I don't know. But it just one episode of stupidity after another. Did not care, and plus, after the big threat of the streets were opening up with lava and everything on, most of London was going to be wiped out by this creature. And then after the doctor and Donna are able to turn off his spaceship, it just somehow magically heals itself. The earth goes back, the lava's gone, the streets are perfectly fine. You won't need any kind of work done, no potholes. It's great.
Well, unicorn farts are very, very healing to the world.
So, and they're female.
Yes.
So, it just didn't. Even if you believed in this stuff, they didn't try. It's crap. Nobody cares. Why should you? There's just no reason to watch it. And I intended to. I was going to see what they were going to do with Ncuti Gatwa. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Gatwa, but I'm afraid you will never get the chance to play Doctor Who, because this is not Doctor Who.
No.
I mean, look, if someone would have told me 3 or 4 years ago, when shit was already gone to hell in a handbasket with Jodie and everything else that you covered extensively, Doomcock, that they would be bringing back Russell and David, and dude, I'm in, done, sign me up, let's go. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't expect this shit. I'll tell you that. Fuck, I didn't expect this at all.
It was even worse than you believed.
No, worse than I believe, and I'm really disappointed in David. I'm disappointed that he didn't want to rewrite this because of his buddy, right? Because that's what he said in the interview.
Right.
He said that he wasn't gonna retcon it because I guess he's buddies with his other writer buddy or something like that. And I'm just like, man, come on, bro. It's not about one dude that you're going to bump into at a cocktail party in London, and Trafalgar Square. Dude, it's about the fans. It's about, Doctor Who, Jesus Christ. My God, it's as level as Star Trek, isn't it? Shit. The original series, what's older than that?
It's older.
Okay,
Doctor Who
Doctor Who's older than Star Trek.
3 years older.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking 5 generations of fans around the globe, multiple countries, multiple cultures, and Jesus.
Yeah, but those
And David, I think I'm mad at David for taking this role and doing this.
Of
I'm
course.
mad.
You
I
should be.
I think I'm personally pissed off at him, DC. I think I'm really mad because I was eating Chinese food that I made at home. I'm like almost throwing my chopsticks. I was so mad. But then I had more shrimps and cashew nuts. But it's oh man, fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Tennant did a Patrick Stewart here.
Yeah.
Completely destroyed his legacy. Although technically, he's the 14th Doctor. He's not the 10th. See?
Right.
And so, even Chibnall, when they said, "What do you think Russell will do about the Timeless Children?" He said, "They'll probably just ignore it." And he was like, "Yeah, whatever," But and Russell, I'm not going to unwrite the Timeless Children,
Right.
well, which unwrites everything of Doctor Who. So.
Dude, look, no one's gonna watch this. Like I don't know. You covered Doomcock in your videos. You covered the ratings. What, last year, the year before, I don't know. And no one's gonna watch this. No one is. I mean, no one.
I hope not.
This is money that they're just gonna burn and set on fire on this whole production. No one.
So far, the ratings for that episode are pretty low. I mean, certainly, like David Tennant was in double digits at his peak, and I think it brought in 5 million, and that's UK ratings and whatnot. But of course, it's the Davros thing. I mean, right before the show airs, he sabotages the whole thing with that crap, and it's like, all right, I'm out. The massive red flag, and it was accurate.
Yes. And I mean, so Davros and the Daleks now, a Dalek attack will consist of a Dalek rolling up to you, asking you your pronouns politely.
Yeah.
Then offering consent to proceed to threats. And then once that consent is given, and only then, they will ask, permission to exterminate? And, they won't give permission, and that'll be the end of the episode.
But then again, how are the Daleks going to get around? Because you can't have them in their machines anymore, because those are wheelchairs. So I guess they're going to be guys in black suits as well, walking around.
Yeah, they'll be dudes in white males.
Yes.
In black boots. Maybe they'll wear little like, semicircular caps that kind of vaguely evoke the Daleks, it's on the top of their head.
Dude, the Daleks are now like going to be chief diversity officers.
Yeah. And what about the cyber theys?
I know, you can't do them.
The cyber days.
You can't do
the cyber persons.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, Andy.
I don't know anything about Doctor Who, but if so much of the cast is female now, who's going to decide where they're going to eat?
Boy, that's going to be a tough one. That's a cliffhanger there.
I know. That's a tough one.
I don't watch Doctor Who, so I'm totally on board with the boycott thing with you guys. 100%. Count me in. I'm all on board.
That's the thing is God knows there are so many episodes of Doctor Who in the past that, I mean, it would take you years probably to get through them, even ignoring the current era, which I would do from now on. I will never watch David Tennant again, just like I never want to see fucking Sir Patrick Stewart again. Once they have basically, look, I've used this before, this analogy, but once you've seen how a dog eats its own dog shit, like out in the yard sometimes. Well, if your girlfriend went out in the yard and you saw her eating dog shit, are you ever really going to kiss her again? No way. You can't really get that out of your head. And that's what this is. This is Doctor Who eating dog shit. And I just can't. I can't respect the Doctor anymore. I can't respect Picard anymore. He was out on the lawn squatting on all fours eating dog shit, and I just can't do it. That's boldly going where no man has gone before too far.
Doctor Who, done by John Waters.
Exactly.
You took my joke.
Exactly.
Yeah, somebody should do a Photoshop of Russell T Davies as divine.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm sincere. I'm sorry. This is what it's like. I mean, when you see a hero, a former hero of yours, literally just bending over and degrading themselves publicly like that, then you can't unsee that. And I've lost all respect for the character, even retroactively. It's very, very difficult for me to watch Next Generation anymore. It really is, because I despise most of the cast now.
Yeah,
Bro, I can't watch any of Next Generation just because of what that freaking bitch said about people that live in Texas, and you know my feelings about you when that was going down.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a dangerous situation, and she was like, "Well, politics matter, elections matter." It's like, go fuck yourself. but I mean, David Tennant just standing there and just taking it, you know. I mean,
well, Russell was my friend, and I owed him. He put me where I am. And,
okay, well,
I hope
mean,
that
the
check was
cruelty-
big, man. I hope
yeah,
that check was
I would
big.
hope so. I mean, never mind. But
I'm sorry.
I mean, the cruelty of it is, yes, when they announced that, I said, oh, wow, they really broke the emergency glass, because he'd always said he would never come back. And I said, because the show was in such bad shape, this was their Hail Mary pass of what to do. And so I said, oh, well, all right. It looks like it's being outsourced, too. It's not a full-on BBC production and all that. And so,
yeah.
so they teased, and oh, my God, so bad. And just, it's done. You can't have old Doctor Who, and that's it. And a Doctor Who, you just can't have it again. And, I've been through a lot of bad shows.
God knows.
And the sad thing is, I didn't even. Yeah, Willow. Well, geez, in a lot of ways, Willow was better than this. And,
yeah, for sure. No, for sure. I saw Willow like you did.
Yeah,
for sure.
It had its moments here and there.
Willow had its moments. It was still woke as crap, but this is
on another level.
This is on another level of insult outrage. This is just. It was like being on Twitter and watching blue-haired wackos.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is like Patrick Stewart soiling his legacy as the dead robot Picard. So look, I'm begging Doctor Who fans to spread this far and wide. It's time. Look, folks, if we're like, if the fandom is like a body, right? To use an analogy, it's time to have us, the antibodies, go into hyperactive mode. Just absolutely just attack and attack and attack this garbage relentlessly and with great vigor. And do not give up. Do not give up, because this is garbage and we don't want them to fucking profit from it at all. So, I mean, if we don't do this and they get away with it, it's bad. It's bad for fans everywhere of everything. It's real fucking important. And it should be easy, because this shit is garbage. I mean, it's not like you're even missing out on anything. But don't let, sometimes when you rubberneck at a train wreck, you crash yourself. When you take your eyes off the road and you're looking at the wreckage on this flaming fucking wreckage with all the scattered pronouns in the grass, and you're like, geez, look at all those fucking pronouns. Transfusion. Oh, doc, pardon me for this crazy intrusion. You're just fucked. So
what would have been funny is if I had taped myself live doing a reaction, because I think I started kind of like bushy-tailed, like leaning in, looking at the TV. No. And I think I ended up like this, like just.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, folks.
Oh well. Anyways, moving on.
Let's move on to some good news. Wish.
That's good news.
What a
Yeah.
This is the good,
Oh,
good news
great
section.
news. It's great news. It's the worst animated opening that Disney has had.
Oh well, that's the good part for sure.
Yeah, over a 5-day weekend, a long, because it was releasing in some places like on Wednesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. It could only score $32 million domestically. $32 fucking million on a 5-day run where you've got 5 days to not suck. You've basically got 2 weekends, over 2 weekends in a row strung together, and 32 million is the best that you can come up with. That it came in third to to Napoleon, and what was the other movie that beat it in the box office, Mike?
Hold on, let me pull it up. Sorry, I was talking to people about Doctor Who in the chat.
Oh, it's
On
okay.
a holiday week where parents are just longing to do something with their kids.
And they have the time to.
Yes, and they have the
Yes,
impetus too, because
Yeah.
like the kids are
Yeah.
screaming and bouncing off the walls and fighting.
Oh,
and
you mean the
throwing-
Hunger Games?
Hunger
the
Games,
fucking Hunger Games, which
Which is
it's
a
got
bomb
Rachel
unto
Zegler
itself.
in it,
Yeah,
for fuck's
yeah.
sake.
Yeah.
But I mean, after it's second or third week out, and it
Yeah.
still beat Wish.
Hey, Doomcock, have you heard about the new show that just premiered on Disney Plus, the Naughty Nine, the new Christmas show?
No. I'm proud to say I do not. I have Disney Plus.
Well, there are definitely some activist elements inside of this thing.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Wow.
I saw the Quartering do a video on this today, and there's 11th. What I don't know how old you are in 5th grade. This fifth grader looking at his other boy and saying, "That hottie over there," like. So, and they have got
geez.
2 dads and stuff like that, and it's like, so I don't know when it was produced, but if this backlash that they're receiving, and I'm afraid that the pendulum is going to swing so far back that it's going to erase like some of the good progress we've done, like where you can just accept people as people,
Right.
but what they're doing is like they're going to get burned on this too. Like I think what's going to happen is you're seeing it already with Wish. I mean, it used to be when parents would line up like a Disney movie's coming out, you knew you could take the kids to it. The fact that this has done so badly means that the normies now know that, let's stay away from Disney. I don't want like what you're telling my kids.
Mhm.
And I don't know that once broken, I don't think you can ever get that trust back. I mean, ask
Fuck
Bud
no,
Light.
man.
Yeah.
Fuck no. I don't think it can ever come back, Andy. I mean, it's a grossness. It's like a slimy film that just kind of adheres to them, and parents don't want their kids, getting involved in that shit where they don't know. Because isn't there like a show out right now where like there's a young boy wearing like basically flat out like Tim Curry style makeup. He's makeup boy or something. He's yeah.
I don't know.
I
I'd be
I-
surprised.
I got sent some pictures of this like really like
Please don't.
aggressive.
Yes,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no.
it's animated. It's animated, and
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
yeah. I mean, this is they're obsessed with it. It's that's the thing. It's sick. It's sick. I mean, I would be, it would be equally sick if it was heterosexual obsession with getting in her pants or ooh, look at that, look at that, shake it, mama. I mean, that doesn't belong in Disney. I guess it does now under Iger's Disney, but I mean,
Right. That's a good point. It would be just as filthy if it was hetero.
Yes.
Yeah.
in a kids movie because
Yeah.
that shit doesn't belong in a kids movie or in a
Yeah.
school. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wait till-
gross.
Wait till
It's
Disney
gross.
remakes Porky's.
Right. Exactly. I mean, so heterosexual, homosexual, it's sexual, and it doesn't really belong in Disney movies or shows. You know, all
Yeah.
politics. No politics belongs in kids entertainment. You know, like I am definitely pro gun rights. You know, I do not want guns taken away. I'm 100%
Amen.
in support of gun rights, but I would think it is just as fucked up if the NRA suddenly got a hold of Disney and every fucking cartoon and show had, kids packing heat. Okay? Yeah, that would be fucked up in my book. I don't like any politicizing of any kind of issue on any side. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, guns don't belong in certain contexts. It's just,
everything
only
has
belong
a
in
boundary.
movies.
Yes, everything has a time
Everything
and a
has
place.
a boundary, and when you have no boundaries for anything anymore, like obviously a children's program has a boundary. Like you're saying, you don't get sexual, hetero or homo. You don't get sexual in a children's program.
No.
But when they have no boundaries, I mean that's degeneracy. That's exactly what that is.
Yes, and while they're not having intercourse, on the shows, it's still raising all these uncomfortable sexualized questions that
Yes.
Parents are not ready to talk to in a lot of cases ready to talk to their kids about. And Disney should not be making a unilateral decision to go ahead and raise these conversations over the Thanksgiving table when it's going to just make Meemaw pass out into the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, what Disney's done to their brand is now Disney is that object you say, hey, don't touch that. You don't know where it's been.
Get that Disney out of your ear. You don't know where that Disney's been.
Well, that's the next step. Once that becomes a label, like you've been Disney, just like they say now, you've been Bud Lighted.
Right.
Now that's a label. When people start saying, "Hey, that's been Disneyed," now they really have a problem.
Yeah. 110%. And so I'm sick of this shit. And so I think that this impacted Wish's performance. I mean, this of course it's woke,
Yeah.
it's the usual shit. It's an evil white male, fucking everybody and screwing up, everything in the kingdom. And it's only, a honest, noble, stunning, brave woman of color that can put him in his place. Yawn, boring bullshit. And they're just not going for it. It's like, we're gonna stay home, we're gonna just stay home, or we're gonna take the kids to go see fucking Napoleon. Regardless of whether it's a good or bad movie, it's not really a holiday kid movie, is it? No.
Mm-mm.
But out of desperation, it's like, oh Christ, fine, we'll go see this Hunger Games shit. We'll just keep Johnny and Susie quiet for 2 fucking hours. We can, give our eardrums a rest. But don't you think, Mike? Don't you think that Wish suffered? I mean, because on the surface of it, there's not a whole lot of reasons why it should have failed. It's no more woke than any of the other goddamn things that Disney has put out.
This is brand failure, and I tested it out on my kid last week when I went to Connecticut. I was in Connecticut for a week, and I asked Max, do you want to go to any movies? I was kind of more just testing him because I knew he wanted to go karting more than he wanted to go to the movies. But I just started out there, said, hey, we can go to the movies if you want. And I started going down the list. I said, what about Trolls Band Together or Wish? He's like, Trolls, same old, same old. And I said, what about Wish? He says, is that another Disney movie? And I'm like, yeah. And he says, nah, let's pass. He's 11, dude.
I mean, anyone who's seen that trailer, I mean, do you know anybody that saw it and was like, oh, that looks great. Let's go see that. I
No.
definitely want to go see that movie.
Look, when I was 11, I remember I wanted to see almost anything that came out in the theaters that was animated. That's what I remember.
Right.
Yeah,
Times have
well,
changed,
sure.
Disney.
Yeah.
Doomcock, you're right. I mean, look, I'm looking at the numbers thing. It's 33 million, $264 per theater in 3,900 theaters. Dude, like, does that even pay the electric bill? I mean, like,
Well, of course, like we say that, a good
And that's
chunk of that
gross.
movie's gone
That's
to the
before-
theaters.
that's gross. That's before the theater splits.
Right.
Wow.
Forbes is saying, here's some key facts about Wish. Disney's Wish debuted in third place at the box office last weekend, falling well below projections to gross $19.5 million in its 3-day domestic opening weekend and $31.7 million over the 5-day Thanksgiving weekend. Now, this fucking thing was projected a 5-day domestic opening of up to $50 million for the film, which cost, by the way, folks, $200 million. That was to produce. Forget about the advertising. That's just the budget. That's just the budget. Wish fell behind the opening weekend gross of nearly every other film produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios, only surpassing the opening of a few flops like Strange World and Raya and the Last Dragon. And it failed to reach the highs of its 7 films that opened with more than $45 million in the 2010s.
Doomcock, I don't know if we're going to make that money back.
I think you're going to be no Disney dividend, Mike, for another year.
Don't say that.
There's 1 month left, Mike. So,
Collider admitted that they needed to recoup their costs. They needed to bring in $700 million in that article. They admitted that. You know how everybody's always arguing like, oh, well, if it goes over its budget, then it's making money. No, it has to hit. The budget was 200. It has to hit 700 to break even. Is what Collider was admitting.
Wow, that's pretty. Wow, that's a big deal.
So just to recoup their costs.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. And it's even worse when you consider the Marvels. I mean, listen to this. Wish opened in theaters just 2 weeks after the Marvels, another major flop for Disney this year. The Marvels opened with a disappointing $46.1 million, which is still more than $31.7 million of Wish, but still a disappointing $46.1 million in its opening weekend, the worst domestic opening weekend performance for any Marvel Cinematic Universe film. Some industry experts, some industry morons attributed the film's underperformance to superhero fatigue. Get this, the Marvels has grossed $188 million worldwide to date. And it's just, can you imagine? It had a budget easily, they're admitting in excess of $250 million. But honestly, I know it was more. I mean, at least that's the rumor that I've heard. The Marvel's budget was a lot more than $250 million.
We're on to the Marvels now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't keep track of all these Disney bombs. I just wanted to keep.
I know it's a lot.
This is something that I got from all these articles that we read today. Across the board, every one of these bombs are different franchises of Disney. These people have completely lost faith in the Disney brand, no matter what it is. And they're smart enough to know that, even the normies know that Marvel is Disney, Pixar is Disney, they know the different sub-companies of the main company, and they're flat out like, we don't want anything to do with it. That says something, you know what I mean? It says something across the board, And
100%.
And these mainstream media article outlets are admitting to how much money they're losing.
Oh yeah, they've been emboldened finally, because reality, it's just too hard to deny.
You can only shill so much.
Yeah, 100%. Phoenix in the chat says, I know someone that stopped at a movie theater, the only one in their town, to use the bathroom, and decided to see what was playing. The Marvels. 0 cars in the parking lot besides the staff.
Oh
0.
my gosh.
0. And Mexican Iron Man has some data for us. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah. So you're correct with the 187 worldwide, and we see our good friend the cone here. The cone is where the thing takes off, and the way the cone works for those following at home is that if things go as it opens, then the top of the cone is where is the best case scenario. The bottom of the cone is mathematically, algorithmically, statistically the worst that it should do. Here's what it did do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Look at
They're
that.
not even going to
Wow.
break 100 million domestically.
I would think
Wow.
not, dude.
at
That's
that.
what they're saying in the article. You know,
It's already
not even
plateauing.
Yeah,
we
I
can
mean,
do the
fuck,
math.
dude.
International box office with a 40-60 split, domestic 60-40 split, just average it half. They're going to get 90 million back. Let's see, the production, it costs how much to make? They said
I look.
250.
I've been told just a shitload, but they're admitting to over 250 million, but that's all they'll say.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be more with the advertising. So let's just call
Oh
it.
yeah.
Let's just call
Yeah.
it 350, but let's say 300, and they're going to
Yeah,
get
they gotta
90
be.
back. Wow,
And this is
wow.
after they cut out the parts where Brie Larson took her shoes off.
Yeah.
They
That's
tried,
right.
yeah, and that was
Oh.
most of the movie. Look at this. This is terrible. I understand that this past weekend they brought in like something along the lines of $7.9
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
that ain't gonna keep, Mr. Iger in New Hush Puppies,
He's not going to get his second shower.
No. Well, he got the shower. He won't be able to afford the soap for it. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Look at this. I mean, this is a fucking disaster, folks.
So they did the first week. So 46 mil to 10 mil to 6.
Wow.
That's not gonna limp over the finish line.
No.
This movie's dead.
78% drop off in the second week.
Look
So
at
it's limp,
that.
all right.
Look at that. That's word of mouth, folks.
That is
Yeah.
absolutely word of mouth right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've answered the question that Brie. Remember when Brie was asked on the red carpet, like, hey, you gonna do Captain Marvel again? And she's like, I don't know. Does anyone want that to happen? I guess not.
I
No.
guess not, Brie. A stopped watch is right twice a day, and Brie nailed that. Brie nailed
Captain
that
Model and
shit.
Socks.
She sure did.
Nobody
Yes,
wants.
it's
that
already
goddamn-
flatlining. I mean, you just got to look at this. It's
I
flatlining.
know.
Yeah.
Yes. No
Oh,
shock
my
paddles for this movie. It's not gonna.
Nope.
It ain't gonna come back. And God knows, I anticipate a huge drop off for Wish.
Oh,
yeah.
no
A
doubt.
huge drop off. I mean,
Yeah.
good Lord, if you can't get, kitty asses in the seats on a Thanksgiving long weekend, the kitties ain't coming.
No.
Well, there's only 331 million people in America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point, Andy.
And there's way fewer people with bad taste that are going to go see this shit. Disney is just bombing right and left, and
They should bring back the dollar theater. Maybe some of these movies might do well at those theaters.
are you saying the poor have no taste, Nick?
What
No,
a great
I'm just-
time
I'm
to make
just
the
saying-
Silver Surfer
No,
a
but-
woman.
with the way movie prices are today, who's paying that much money to see something that more than likely is going to be terrible? I mean, if you're like, oh, this is probably going to suck, but hey, it's only $1 if it does, so it's not that big of a
Well, then they need to release it in the summer where the people will pay $1 just to get the free air conditioning.
True.
Oh yeah.
Not or heating. I guess in Detroit or Chicago, they could do the dollar cinema thing just that the people can come off the streets and get a little heat relief.
Then it'll be tent cities inside the theater.
Yeah.
This is so out of mainstream. The Babylon Bee, which we've all heard of, right? They
Yeah.
they put out on my Twitter that they put out this joke that said a fake press release. It was like the United States government launches strategic partnership with Walt Disney Company due to Walt Disney's ability to create bomb after bomb.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Iger's getting hired by Boeing.
Yeah. Lockheed, Boeing,
Yeah.
Raytheon, they're all lined up to talk to Iger.
They're all fighting for Iger's position.
This guy knows how to destroy.
That's right.
Oh God, I can just see Slim Pickens, like, waving his hat, sitting on top of, the marbles, going all the way down.
That would be another great
All the
meme.
way down to Burbank. Yep. I mean, all joking aside, my spies just today. I got up and I wasn't, I had a number of possible videos I was going to make, but then my Hollywood spies essentially told me that you're going to start hearing that Kevin Feige is considering leaving Marvel. In fact, this has already happened. But my spies say this is a cover story. According to two sources so far, Disney's considering not renewing Kevin's contract, which is coming up in the next year. And they're going ahead and saying that Kevin's leaving is his decision in order to help him save face. Look, remember when Kevin Feige said, I'm considering moving over to Star Wars. And then, like, within days, an article came out, Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie ain't going to happen. This was in the publications. Yeah. So now I'm hearing, Kevin Feige's going to go over to DC. And it's like, okay, well, we've started hearing this shit. And I do believe that this is more than plausible given how fucked up, Disney is lately, Marvel is lately. It's either at some point, Mike, I mean, isn't it like it's either Iger is going to take the hit or some of his, lieutenants is going to take the hit?
I would say lieutenants take the hit because this isn't a guy that has any sense of self-awareness. One thing we can always count on with Bob Iger, he'll never become an AI. You know why? He'll never become self-aware.
True.
Nice.
That's funny. Yeah, but
joke of the evening. Very good.
It's nicely done.
That's a Mexican Iron Man original right there.
But that's true, dude. I mean, look, the Marvel, the MCU has been in steep decline ever since Endgame. And I mean, it's just more woke bullshit. All of the genuine talents like Jon Favreau and James Gunn have left. And it's just been a kind of a downhill slide ever since, and culminating in the Marvels. And I mean, even the Disney board can see when a line is going down.
And I can't remember when, Doomcock, but there was an article years ago, wasn't it, like back in 2000 and help me, was it 2015 or 16? I don't know. There was some article that said that it was Ike Perlmutter wanted to fire Kevin Feige, but then ultimately Bob Iger, Bob is sided with Feige over Perlmutter,
right? And now that's coming back to bite him in the ass.
Back on him, and that's why I'm saying he's not self-aware, because all of the bad things that are happening are Bob Iger's choosing. And in the town hall meeting that has been reported on through various media sources and secondhand, is that he's laid out what are his three goals. Well, the thing about business leaders, I've learned this: whenever they give you a list of the three things they're going to focus on, the third thing is always the most important. They list it last because they want you to pay attention last. They want you to pay attention to whatever they say first. It's a reflection strategy. And when he got to the third thing on the list, he says studios. That tells me that is really now starting to like eat in their, in his side. And the thing is that look, our good friend Chris Gore has reported confidentially with that he's getting hit left and right by people saying that all the talent's gone out of Disney or highly restricted. So I don't know if the course can be put back, because at the end of the day, Nielsen Peltz isn't going to write stories and create movies that we're going to love. Maybe he'll get us on track politically and get us focused back on profit. But we still need outstanding creators to deliver great stories that are going to provide us with the experiences that we've come to love over the decades. And I don't know if they don't have the grunts creatively picking up the heavyweights and getting them down the manufacturing line of cinema. I don't know, man. This company may turn into a modern day Circuit City, Kmart, or Sears.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Right, because like you said, the brand damage is massive, So even if the movie's just sort of okay, no one shows up.
Yeah,
it's just it stinks so bad, you don't want to go into it, and so there is such a thing as too late. And I mean, so Nelson Peltz comes in. Of course, what's he going to have to do? He's going to have to slash enormous amounts of stuff. I think tons of things will just have to go.
Well, that's not all bad.
Yeah, I know it's not entirely. Yeah, but I don't know how Feige. It's been said ad nauseum, but it's true. He should have stepped down after Endgame, and then he would go down as this legend guy.
Right?
And I mean, it's like, oh, gee, if only he could have seen this coming. It was obvious then.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, well, maybe they'll right the ship after 3 bombs.
So our good buddy Robert Wright sent me in chat a heads up that 6 hours ago another article posted where Bob Iger said that he would step down in 2026. It's on
really?
It's on
He's going to be there through what, 2030 though? Technically?
No, that's a consultant.
26 is the cutoff for his current tenure, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and don't worry. He also said that management has been working hard to avoid another Bob Chapek fiasco.
Fuck you. You know what?
So he's not going to go see Elton John.
Chapek was right, you morons.
If Perlmutter and Peltz get their way, Iger's going to have the little visual there of going down steps as bad as other people. He's going to be sliding right down there. He's not going to get stepping down anywhere. He's going to land flat on his face. Like he's going to be, they're not going to have any well, Bob Iger's stepping away. He's got health issues or some shit like that. I mean, every single thing that this guy's been in charge of now, he bought all this stuff and then crashed it. It's like, and not just anything, the most golden of golden gooses. I mean, whoever would have imagined you could kill Star Wars? I mean,
yeah.
The prequels as bad as they were received.
Dude, I don't know if there'll be a company for him to walk away from in 2026.
Yeah. As bad as the prequels were received, toys still sold.
He's gonna be like Carl Spackler in Caddyshack when the course blows up and he's like. when the Reverend gets struck by lightning, he's like,
when they're playing 10 Commandments music as he's marching on through the wind and the rain. It's just fucking great. Man, that's one of the funniest scenes of the whole damn thing. He misses the putt. God damn it.
He laid his golf ball back down and just left him there.
What was the point?
That's Iger in Star Wars right there.
Yeah. Do you think it's any coincidence, Mexican Iron Man, that now this article has come where Iger has said he's going to step down in 2026? I think he has, now that Disney has basically got their claws into Doctor Who. I think we know who Iger's successor is going to be. It's going to be Davros's colostomy bag.
Well, if he's smart, what he should do is try to get the stock up to. Bob being the weasel, Iger being the weasel he is. if he can get the stock back to 100, 110, and escape out in a year or two and sell some of the assets with a little bit of a better balance sheet, that might just have to be what he calls success in a weird, twisted way, and then let someone else do it. But his replacement could be a lot worse. If we end up with Dana, who that chick that runs the movie side of the business, which could very well happen. This
Right.
company is completely jacked. There will be game fucking over.
Disney will be for sale at Ollie's.
Yeah.
With everything else they produce, might as well.
You see a pair of stiff legs and polished shoes sticking out of the remainder bin, under some DVDs. You pull it up, it's Iger. It's like, what the? It's like, is this a doll? No. You mean it's the real? Yeah. Okay. Good. I'd buy that for $5. Sure.
Yeah, before you know it, Minnie Mouse is going to be doing OnlyFans.
Yeah,
know
but
what? For
it'll be
everybody in
fucking. It'll be Mickey in drag, dude. That's a horrible thing. That's the surprise. It's Lola all over again.
And you should
Hello,
totally do
Lola.
OnlyFans with all the figures and stuff he has. OnlyFans for all that.
Oh Christ! If I laugh at any mortal thing, 'tis that I may not weep. Well, what the fuck? All we got is mockery.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to everybody in this chat and all the friends and families of everybody in this chat, and Doomcock to the entire hundreds of thousands of subs that you have for getting the word out against woke and Disney. I say good job. Let's keep boot on woke throats. We have got the Marvels on the run and Wish is now on the run. So to Xanadu and UDC, I say cheers.
Thank you, man. Listen, we're
Absolutely.
winning the war. We
Keep
are. I mean,
boot
there's
on
a lot of
woke
casualties. There's a lot of misery. There's a lot of losses. Well, that's how war is. I mean, a lot of scorched earth and wrecked. But listen,
Yeah.
they're scrambling. They are visibly failing in every meaningful way. They're an entertainment company, and they are not entertaining. People are not coming to their movies, even on the holidays, under the best possible circumstances they could possibly have. Where the kids are antsy, and you want to take them out and show them something, but not Wish, not Disney, and that they are fucked. They are so more fucked than they realize. I mean, when Iger starts slowly saying, well, we've been putting out too much stuff, and we need to do quality over quantity. It's too late. It's way gone past that, dude.
You kids better behave yourself, or I'll take you to a Disney movie.
The new punishment.
That's right.
No more spankings. It's taking you to Disney movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to see a
I'll be
Disney film?
excited.
You want to see a Disney film? Okay,
I'll
then.
do it. I'll take
Okay,
you there.
then.
I just got paid.
We'll get in the car. We're going to the theater now.
No.
The most disturbing thing I can say about my last Disney view, the last time I went to a Disney movie in the theater, I happened to look down at the arm of my seat rest. There was a glory hole in there.
Oh,
I swear to God. No. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just but there was a glory hole in the chair. It was like, there was some guy in a trench coat down the way. He looked kind of lonely, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But I think that the trickle down
Oh God.
it's just trickling down from the top, and
Yeah.
it's like don't make your kid sit in a puddle. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's just not right. It's just not right. So I don't know anything else to say about the many failures of Disney.
Well, I would stipulate that yes, we're winning and we've won, but we won because reality always wins. And
Right.
The sad
right.
part is the hope was that we could have saved some of these franchises, but it was not to be. Other than Ghostbusters, I suppose, is the one that made it through. But and it's sad, but the hard lesson. They're learning it now, whether they realize it or not. Who cares? It's lost, and the future belongs to new artists and new projects and stuff like that. And keep an eye out for them. Go watch One Piece. It was pretty good.
One Piece is awesome.
Yeah.
And Monarch.
I'm also hearing some pretty damn good things about. Oh yeah, Monarch, and I'm hearing some damn good things about the Fargo TV show with John Hamm this time around. I think it's like their 4th or 5th season.
I think it's the 4th one. Yeah.
I hear it's kind of gone back to the roots of the original Fargo movie, and yeah, I hear that folks, y'all might want to check that out. I'm going to check it out. It sounds pretty good.
There's stuff out there. You got to look for it. It doesn't have the advertising muscle that the old, regimes had. But that's just where we are. They were warned. It was obvious where this would go. They did not listen. They were arrogant, and now they'll reap what they have sown. And it's sad because we really did love these franchises, and it didn't have to be this way, but it did. So it's time to move on.
I want to see how long it takes them, if they're smart enough. But you'll know if they're still being just as stupid if they keep Pedro as Mr. Fantastic. I think that's going to be the canary in the coal mine. If they're that dumb to keep doing that, and Kevin Feige saying, well, he had to do that because the Fantastic Four is too white. I mean, I got that. That's just insulting, and it should be insulting because you would never say about any other group. But I mean, this is. If they keep going down this route like the female Silver Surfer, it would be one thing if all the normies never knew about a Silver Surfer, but that was the one good thing about that sequel, was how cool the Silver Surfer looked.
Yeah, there he was. Yeah.
And Lawrence Fishburne is his voice. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I even if they fix the Fantastic Four at this time, it's still got the stink of Disney on it now.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's a good movie. That's the position they put themselves in. I don't know. And I mean, the whole thing with Pedro, I mean, they basically announced that we're going to tokenize Pedro.
Oh,
well, thankfully, Reed Richards is a minor character.
I know. Apparently, he's going to be the villain in it because he's a toxic male and all that.
Right.
Yeah, Reed's going to be Sue's dildo. That's about it.
Yeah. Probably at the end of the movie, they will have Reed Richards become Dr. Doom.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And then Sue will lead the Fantastic Four. Only now we need a 4th. And then Brie Larson appears on the windowsill. You called?
And then she has her affair with Namor.
Namor.
Yeah.
Low rider.
Oh, I know. They'll get She-Hulk to join. They'll get She-Hulk to join.
Yeah. All right. Shit. All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's get to some super chats, shall we? Let's do it. All right. Well, it's time to hear from our audience here, folks. Weird with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Weird says Tennant has bills to pay, same as us. Do you think they threatened him? He loves Doctor Who. BBC is a state-owned enterprise. I don't think they could have threatened him. I think it was willing agreement. I mean, nobody needs to eat that bad. Tennant's done a lot of shit. The same thing with Patrick Stew, that piece of shit. He didn't need the goddamn money. That's bullshit, So yeah, I don't think so weird, but regardless, I mean, he did what he did. He's going to have to take the consequences for it. The consequences are he lost a fan here. Mr. Eagle Flying with a $10 super chat. Thank you, oh flying one, says Doomcock, sir. Mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. Why, Mr. Eagle Flying? You have nothing to apologize for, sir. Nothing that I'm aware of. Then I go out and see my car has been flattened by a tank or something. Hail to Mr. Eagle Flying. God bless you, brother. I'm not sure what you're apologizing for, but I forgive you. I forgive you. And Casey Asowski, I'm going to read his super chat right now. because, Casey, he doesn't stay up all night. He goes to bed early. Casey Osowski with a $50 super chat, which means you're a producer on tonight's Pop Culture Breakdown. God bless you, Casey. He says, hail all. As someone who uses a wheelchair and loved Doctor Who, I found Russell T. Davies' comments both shocking and disgusting. R.I.P. BBC, you got it coming. Amen, brother. Amen. What a bunch of shit, Casey. Yeah, I mean, it's just so condescending. It's so goddamn condescending. So does that mean by extension that no villain now can have any kind of physical abnormality and they just all have to be healthy, blonde, white males? Is that what you're saying? You go fuck yourselves, you fucking racists. Hail to you, Casey Osowski, and thank you, brother, for your support. Proto Badger, it's been a Dominion of mine for 28 months now. Thank you, Proto Badger. Says hail to the court of Pop Culture Breakdown and our overlord. Hail to you, Proto Badger, and my best to Mrs. Proto Badger. Cesario JPN has been a channel member of mine for 38 months. Thank you, Cesario JPN. Says, sad to find out LeVar Burton is a Como supporter, CHOMO supporter. I'm not sure. What is Como? CHOMO?
Don't know.
Like chemo? Cesario JPN, let us know in the chat. Clarify that for us, will you, brother? Thank you for the support. And Scott V has been with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Scott says, hail DC and panel. I never really got into Doctor Who, but when I read what they did to it the last show, all I could think of is shame, shame, shame. Live long and prosper. That's the proper attitude, Scott. It doesn't really matter, whether or not it's your particular franchise that is being assaulted, because, it's the same for all of us, really. I mean, it's kind of like when they came for, Doctor Who, I said nothing. When they came for Star Trek, I said nothing. When they came to Star Wars, there was no one to help me because they were all gone. You know what I mean? We all have to hang together. We all have to have compassion when a franchise falls, even if it's not our particular franchise. So thank you for that, Scott. I really appreciate it. And Evan Peterson with a $10 super chat. Thank you. Evan says, it's clear to me now. Davies left because the BBC at the time wouldn't let him promote the message enough. Now that isn't a problem. So he's free to mess it all up. I would have said that's wrong before, but now I know. That probably rings about true, Evan. Probably rings about true. Thank you, brother. Como equals child molester. Como, CHOMO. I've never heard that. I don't know what that is. Wow. Como is a slang term. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's a slang term I've never heard before. I don't know. Orknestra with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Orknestra. Says Doctor Who died with timeless children. The 60th special was just sick pandering on a scale that puts almost everything else I've seen to shame. I almost needed my own helmet to keep my head from popping. Dude, I hear you. Thank God that I did not watch that shit. And like when I heard what he said about the timeless children, like I said, there was no point in going on. It was all fucking done. Period. It was all fucking done. Let me see. Arthur Sampson with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Arthur. Says, we still have What If and Bad Batch. I hope. Well, I don't know. I haven't really. I tried watching the Bad Batch, but Omega being the beastest diva. I'm just tired. You can't even have a band of mercenaries running around with a goddamn kid, tagging along after him. It's kind of embarrassing, Don't Disneyfy every goddamn thing, It's just sick. Tater Pun has been a Dumentite of mine for 5 months. Thank you, Tater Pun. Says Wish is like a vegan sausage. It tries as hard as it can to mimic a classic Disney princess tale, but it's a whimper compared to the real thing. Spot on, Tater Pun. Spot bloody on. Thank you, sir, for that. Agent Pepsi 1, who has been a Dumentite of mine for, geez, like 4 years now. Hail Agent Pepsi 1, who says 4 glorious years. 4 years of crushing the piece of shit Hollyweird BS. There is good sci-fi on the air. From All Mankind, season 4 now is awesome. Sends me a kiss and says DVD and a smiley face. Thank you so much, Agent Pepsi 1. You are absolutely awesome. It's been 4 great years. Let's make it 4 more. What do you say? And Digi Akuma with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Digi Akuma. Says that Davros news was an early warning sign, despite my limited knowledge of Doctor Who, basic at best. But I got flack playing Ancient Mariner, but turns out it was worse than my wildest imagination. I think Mexican Iron Man and Douglas would definitely agree with you on that point, man. It was worse than anybody could have thought. When I saw that just the clips I was seeing, I was just, oh, Jesus Christ, it's fucking awful. General Sod with a £2 super chat. Thank you, General. Says R.I.P. Dr. Woke. Seen a few clips. That's enough. I got some information from my source inside the Magic Kingdom about some of the ratings for Doctor Who, and I'm looking forward to seeing if it drops substantially on the next episode. And I would bet you anything it's going to drop bad. So look for a video on that sometime soon. Saul Shimek with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Saul says possible interesting miniseries on the horizon. Shogun from the FX channel. From the trailer, someone is doing their period homework. It looks promising. Maybe, Saul, as I only saw that trailer once, but it seemed like did they gender swap the Shogun?
The cartoon side.
That's what I'm asking. Did they gender swap the Shogun, or is that just a woman that I don't remember from the book? The Shogun was one of the best reads I've ever had. I mean, it was a great book by James Clavell. Fantastic read. I would urge people to read the book rather than watch the show. But, I guess I'll take a look at it. What the hell? Darth Gorebag with an $11.11 super chat. Darth Gorebag says, I gave up on Doctor Who long ago, and I don't consider the current show canon, but still when I heard breakdowns of the latest episode, I literally tried to pull my own head off. Darth Gorebag. He goes on with another $11.11 super chat. Thank you, Darth Gorebag. Says, the Star Beast is so awfully, disgustingly horrible that it makes the timeless children look like Lord of the fucking Rings. RTD has given himself up as a vassal of cultural antichrist. Yeah, man, it stinks, dude. It fucking stinks. It's fucking painful, man. Horrible shit. And the Guardian of Azarath with a £5 super. Guardian of Azarath. I saw the clip of Donna on X and then a reaction video on YouTube. What Donna said to 10 was fucking disgusting. And Rose Tyler is that. What's she gonna do? Piss in his mouth? I wonder what the fuck degradation Rose is gonna inflict on the Doctor next time. Well, I won't be around to see it. I won't be watching this shit. I urge people not to watch this shit. I'm hearing some kind of chatting in the background. I'm not sure.
I just thought was cruel towards another friend.
Somebody's echoing. I'm not sure who it is.
Go ahead and mute. It might be Nick. Go ahead and mute Nick.
I'll try. Okay. I'll read a few more here, and then we're going to move on. Digi Akuma, who's been a Dumentite of mine for 48 months now. Thank you, Digi Akuma. Says, between Davros and swapping out Matt Smith for, what's his name, leading up to the shenanigans of the special, it all led to David Tennant's own struggle session.
Like you, Doomcock, I haven't seen it since I was a child.
Hey, Doug, you're hot. Go ahead and mute Doug for a second there, Doomcock.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, Digi Akuma. It all led to David Tennant's own struggle session. Yeah. It's fucked up. Swapping out Matt Smith for what's his name? Cutie Gatwa. Yeah. Who winks? Yeah. Fuck that. I'm so glad I'm gonna miss this shit, and I won't miss it if you know what I mean.
I'm glad you're not going to make me watch it.
Oh fuck no, man. That's beyond.
My overlord is kind and merciful, and I love him even more today than I did yesterday, if that was even possible.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Good night to Agent Pepsi 1 in the chat. She's got to go to bed. She's got to go to bed. Good night, dear lady. Sleep well. And Jason Love has been a Dumentite of mine for 3 months. Thank you, Jason. Says, hail, Lord Doomcock. Doctor Who is dead, and I'll never forgive them. We fans have to write the stories. Yeah, absolutely. Fan fiction, for sure. Go for it, folks. Go for it. But do not give them your eyeballs. Do not give them your attention. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Princess Fiona. It's been a Dominion of mine for 5 months. Thank you, princesses. Russell T. Davis compared Blink to this crap. Criminal. Really? That stupid piece of shit compared Blink to this? Ouch. Jesus Christ, they're insane. They're insane. Oh, my God. Hamilton Berger. Been a Dumentite for 16 months now. Thank you, Hamilton. Says instead of a hashtag dang it Bob moment, the Doctor Who special has been a hashtag dang it Mike moment for Mexican Iron Man. Poor Mexican Iron Man. Jesus Christ. It's heartbreaking. Not a banned account with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you. Not a banned account says the Doctor should have stayed a woman. A male presenting Time Lord could never understand. Women know everything and he knows nothing. Let it go. Yeah, not a banned account. Pretty much a good summary of that bullshit. Israel R with a $10 super chat. Thank you. Israel R says, hail DC and panel. Russell T. Davies' comments were enough to put me off Doctor Who, but watching Gary's reaction to the travesty of the show was confirmation that the BBC killed Doctor Who and hate him and us. Yeah, they've killed it, dude. There's nothing left to see. It's just flaming wreckage, rubble, and dust. And I will never, ever go back to them again. And I urge all of you not to as well. We've got to make a stand. We've got to be principled on this. It's over. When they've insulted us this grievously, do not turn the other cheek. Okay? The Guardian of Azarath with a £2 super chat. Hail, Guardian. He says, apparently Disney had a hand in the writing. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. They are just so goddamn obsessed with this shit. It's really pretty goddamn gross when you get right down to it. Sinister Goon, who's been a Dumentite of mine for 2 months. Thank you, Sinister One. Says, Mike, we obviously need to have the Doctor lectured about pronouns because it's current day. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's only the Doctor who is like, I'm going to get heated again.
Yeah.
Move
No,
along.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, no, it's true, Mike. I mean, it's like
of all the lessons we've learned from every episode of every various season of every iteration of every Doctor, the Doctor's got to be schooled in fucking pronouns of all things. Jesus.
Fucking pronouns. He had that big speech about how his mind contains universes and he's, seeing the end of time and everything else, but pronouns. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves, you self-important little nothings. I swear to fucking God. If your major concern in your fucking life is your pronouns, you don't even have a fucking life. That's just the way it is.
Yep.
God damn. There's real stuff in the world. Maybe go out and find some of it. Jesus. Emilia Clark Scroll Arm with a £2 super chat. Thank you, Emilia Clark Scroll Arm, who says, Wesley Snipes dressed as a 15-year-old girl. What? Yeah, what is that, like an idea of that he should be or that he was, or I don't that's an enigmatic super chat, Emilia Clark Scroll Arm, but I thank you for it just the same. You have confused me. Weird with a $2 Australian super chat. Thank you. Weird says, thoughts on Amazing Digital Circus and Last Unicorn. Mike, did you see the Amazing Digital Circus?
Yeah, it's about it was about 40 minutes long. Yeah, I saw it a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
What did you think?
I liked it. I mean, I think here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this much. I didn't see Wish, but I did see Strange World, and I've seen some other
Oh
Disney.
God.
Yeah, did you ever see Strange World?
No, fuck no.
Okay. So, I think I can see why it's popular. I mean, look, look, Max will like it if I send him the link, which we might do a watch party. We're doing watch parties now every Friday, me and my kid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, we last week we did Monarch, but anyways, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was clever. I thought it was creative. I thought it was different, and I thought it was pretty damn original. So yeah, I recommend it highly. I think the weekend before last, I think I was gonna cover on the show last week, but I didn't do I couldn't make it because I was traveling.
Right. So I
Yeah,
thought it would be good to hear from you because Weird has been Weird. No, it's Weird. Has been waiting to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot. In fact, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna put on the watch list with my kid. I think it's, it's like animation isn't that hard to be. If you're committed to like deliver something good,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that hard. You just got to be committed to do something good. And when you're wrapped up in the message, you get crap. So
Right.
that video has like 100 million views.
Damn.
I had no idea. Maybe I'm being maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's a shitload of views.
Well, good for them, man. I
And
will.
I think hopefully, if they do it right, they could really launch this thing into being something successful. I mean, look, who would have thought that Five Nights at Freddy's would be as popular as it was, but it kicked everybody's ass in the cinema the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe this, what started as a pilot episode could take off and, really go somewhere.
I hope it does, man.
For it. Yeah, you should watch it. It's good.
Yeah, it sounds good. And Darth Gorbag in the chat says, regarding Amazing Digital Circus, all I know is that the internet weebs, no insult intended, are mad crazy for the character Pomni.
Well, I don't know about the weebs, but yeah.
Well, I don't know either.
Yeah.
All
anyway,
right.
Go watch it.
Okay. And Last Unicorn, I have not. Like I said, I just have little time. I just need to remember. It has to hit me at the right moment,
And around Christmas time, maybe, during that week when things are slow, maybe.
I think that's a good idea. Thank you, Weird. General Sod with a £2 super chat. Thank you. General says woke wankers are high on their own farts. End of. They really are. It smells like rainbows to them. It's just, they just love that shit. And Don Lewis says, I've been a channel member for 17 months. He says, Doctor Who has degenerated into Doctor What the fuck? Yeah. Or actually, it's like Doctor Who gives a shit, right? Isn't that basically what he is now? At least for me, in this household, he is. Roadhog1167, who's been a Dumentite for 10 months now. Thank you, Roadhog, says, hail, DVD. Currently devising a plan and raising a posse to administer retribution on these defilers of our pop culture. Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, all of it will update. Wee-ha! Write them out, Roadhog. Hail to you, sir, and thank you for that. Anti-Derivative Jill gifted an Overlord DVD membership to this channel. Thank you very much, Anti-Derivative Jill, and hail to you, dear lady. Stained Revenant with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Stained Revenant, says, Disneyland must look like a war zone between the bombs that have gone off this month and the red ink stains littering the financial halls. Truly a state of affairs that not even a Time Lord could fix. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If Disney's looking to Doctor Who to be their salvation, they are fucked. All right, gang. Well, let me just ask y'all's opinion. I know that Douglas has probably got to go. He's not feeling well. I want to unmute him, and Nick as well. Douglas, are you needing to check on out, brother?
Yeah, I think that'd be for the best. And I just want to apologize for the mic problem.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I was having a conversation about the movie. I haven't seen, like you, I haven't seen it since I was a very young child. So I'd probably be best to go ahead and bow out on it at this point. But I'll watch it soon and review it on my own channel. So I'll do that. But anyway, thanks for having me on again. Condolences on the passing of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But, well, that's the time we live in. So anyway, once again, thanks for having me on. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving and wish you well on the coming holiday season.
God bless you, Douglas. Hope your back feels better. And please do subscribe to Douglas's various enterprises, channels, comics. He's on Locals right? Locals.
Yeah, NelsonRatings.locals.com.
Right. Which is not as X-rated as it sounds.
No.
Thank you, Douglas, man. We appreciate you, brother.
All right. Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night, Doug. Later.
All right, so I want to query the panel here. Do we have anything else that we would like to discuss right now?
I did want to put in that I started watching Monarch, and I know Mike started watching it. I'm really liking it. And for the record, I was not thrilled with the 2014 Godzilla movie. I thought the Godzilla parts were really great, but the underlying plot was kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of extrapolates on that, but I'm actually really, really enjoying it. And the last couple of days, I went back and watched all those movies and liked them more because of the background.
Interesting.
See.
Well, I have watched some of Monarch, and I'm enjoying it. You know, I think it's not bad. There is a little bit of like the female scientist is basically the leader, and I think there's another woman in charge.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what happened in the 50s.
Yeah. That was so common. So common. So I mean, that was a bit off-putting, but the monster stuff is very good. Like the boy, for example, in the first episode, the long lost half sister comes and immediately shits all over him and just starts walking all over him, and then his ex-girlfriend, who is a girlfriend of color, joins in and shits on him, and and then the says, I really like you, because we're shitting on the poor kid. Got another deadbeat dad that ran off and did his own shit. So those are the complaints, but it is entertaining in terms of the monster stuff. The effects are good, and of course Kurt Russell shows up to counteract all that shitty estrogen that's wafting around, and it kind of takes a turn when he shows up. And also I like the young Kurt Russell character very much. So there is stuff in there to enjoy, and I like it. I'm a little on the fence because of all the girl boss bullshit, and it's just so fucking stereotypic. But I mean, it's definitely one of the better things on TV right now.
Do you think, just throwing it out there, do you think it would be possible to have anything done in current day where you don't have some of that crap in there?
I would. If I was in charge, I wouldn't have any of that goddamn shit.
Yeah,
I'd have diversity. I mean, there's nothing wrong with diversity, but the woke shit and all this crap, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as you doing, Cock. I noticed all that stuff, but it wasn't rammed down your throat so much. It wasn't like that. I mean, you had competent males in there, like you had, Wyatt Russell's character, you had the John Goodman character, the younger guy. They were competent at their jobs, and they were very effective at things. So they weren't completely overshadowing the males. Yes, they kind of pushed the women more forward and whatnot. But I'm just wondering if in current day,
hey Andy, hold on 1 second. Nick's got to go.
Oh,
got
Nick,
a little emergency. So
I just got a work emergency call, guys. I have to get my boss and a couple other engineers on the phone. So I've got to bounce immediately. But
okay, brother.
I will be back next Wednesday. I will be I'm just now getting back on my regular schedule, so I'll be good to go. Thank you everybody for being here. Thanks for the invite, DC. Also premiering December 8th. Me, Mexican Iron Man, Stone Loki, and another guest are going to be doing some Friday afternoon shows on EBN from 2 to 3 for 1 hour. We switched our Saturday nights to Thursday nights. So if you guys are doing next Thursday, that'll actually be our when we're actually going to be streaming. So I actually won't be able to make it next week if it's on a Thursday night. But anytime after that, I'll be good to go.
Sounds good, man. I just have to shift it to December 7th, which is the next Thursday rather than Wednesday. It's a one-time thing. It's not going to be permanent, but it's just the way it is. Thank you, Nick. We appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all later.
Later, Nick.
All right, man.
All right,
Take
bye, guys.
care. Now, Mike, have you watched Monarch as well?
Yes, I have. I saw the first two with Max last week when we were in Connecticut, and then we're gonna see the next episode that comes out. We saw 3 episodes. We're gonna see the next one this Friday night. He loved it. He loved it. He loved it, and mostly it's like this. We're world building. What this is answering questions, filling in the gaps by and between the movies. I agree with your entire assessment about the woke elements, because like that couple, because the black chick that falls in love with the Asian guy, right. She happens to speak Japanese, and I don't know. There's all that kind of weird stuff. It's just obviously like people are inserted for random ass reasons, but such is the world we live in with Apple TV. So looking beyond that, what is exciting is the introduction of the various Motu, or kaijus as we used to call them back in the day. And I'm liking it. And Kurt Russell, as soon as he came on, there's macho energy to sort of level everything out from where I stand.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't realize my camera wasn't on. Sorry about the light.
Don't go into the light.
Here we go.
But thank you, Iris Ramos. Hail to you, Iris Ramos, in the chat. And everybody's reminding me that I knew this, but I didn't make it clear that yes, Kurt Russell's son is playing his younger version in the show, which is cool.
Yeah.
Another thing that's cool about those two that you guys probably don't know is that Kurt Russell and his son were both witnesses to the Phoenix Lights incident, that giant UFO sighting.
Really?
Yes. And because Kurt Russell is a pilot, and they were actually in the air when that happened.
Wow.
And they say that wasn't no damn flares. That was an object. Kurt Russell has said it. I saw it in an interview where he was like saying, we were coming in, the two of them in his plane, and he saw this, and it's like, no, that was an object up there. That was not flares. So you got it from Snake Plissken himself, folks.
That's all I need to hear.
So don't buy that bullshit. Don't buy that bullshit. And hail to Osaka Chandal, who says, what do you think of House of the Dragon, and do you think the new season will be good? I refused, Osaka Chandal, to watch House of the Dragon because I have a memory. And I was so burned with Game of Thrones that I have lost all interest forever in Westeros. So I'm not going back to get sodomized like that again. Like season 8 of fucking Game of Thrones was a goddamn disgrace. And I know that a lot of people who, pretended to be on a high horse and pretended to be so offended about Game of Thrones season 8 just ran back like a lapdog and just went ahead and fell right back into it. I refuse to. So I hate to disappoint you, Osaka Chandal, but I have integrity. And when I say that I'm done with that shit, I am done with that shit. So I couldn't tell you. I watched the first episode just like, you guys watched Doctor Who, just to go ahead and comment on it, but I refuse to watch anymore.
So you refuse to watch Mikey Spock's origin story, no matter how good it is?
Exactly. I know that Mikey Spock is the result of some, dumb fuck screwing a waist-high knothole in a tree, and then a plank was born. It was Mikey Spock, the bestest ever.
Oh, God.
Treebeard, some call me.
And Tony Yule says House of Dragons was insanity better than what DC is saying about it. No, I'm not saying anything about its quality or lack thereof. I'm not going to be, hey, The first like 3 seasons of Game of Thrones were some of the best shit I've ever seen. And then it fucked me in the end. And what's going to happen is I'm not going to be fucked in the end again by falling in to watch a prequel. So I already know how the goddamn story ends. The prequel to the goddamn story that had a shit ending that I hated. Okay? So I ain't doing that. I ain't playing that shit. And yeah, I could have made, videos about it. I could have, monetized it and, shit on it. But no, I was beyond being insulted. No, I did one episode just because people would have bugged me. I was not impressed by that first episode, frankly. I'm tired of Matt Smith. I'm just fucking tired of Matt Smith. I'm sorry. I know a lot of Whovians love Matt Smith. Bow ties aren't cool. Okay. Fezzes aren't cool. Hey, not when, Matt Smith says they're cool. I'm just not a big Matt Smith fan. I'm tired of Matt Smith. There's nothing wrong with the guy. I just, I got burned out on his take on the Doctor. I didn't like it, and I'm just tired of it. So there you go. Anyway, Mike, anything else to say about Monarch?
No, I think that's good. I mean, I think, when the whole thing wraps up, we'll revisit where we're at. But we also got -1 that's coming out tomorrow. And it's going to be a good year for Godzilla. We're getting 3 or 4 different versions, movies, iterations and stuff in the next year. So let's do this. I
have heard that Godzilla -1 is outstanding. It's already a hit in Japan. And I'm hearing it's fucking great. So I can't wait. I'm going to go see it tomorrow.
I'm dying to go see it tomorrow, but I promised to watch it with Max, and he's not coming for 3 weeks. So I got to make a decision. I don't know if I can wait that long.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow. I gotta see it.
Yeah, me and Glenn are going this weekend.
I'm excited. So I should have my review out Friday, and I will not give any spoilers. But my metric for Godzilla movies is pretty simple. All kaiju movies, whether it's Ultraman, Godzilla, or fucking Cloverfield, right? My criteria is that it's a good kaiju movie if you can see the kaiju clearly in extended shots, in good lighting, if the camera is not shaking and moving, and you get a sense of perspective and scale on it. Quick cuts in the rain, obscured by smoke, shaky camera. Those are shit kaiju movies. So if they don't shake the camera, you can see the kaiju. He destroys shit in beautiful shots. That's going to be a good Godzilla movie. It's pretty simple. I'm a pretty easy guy to please when it comes to giant monsters rampaging, right? Fair enough?
That's a perfect rule book. I love it.
But, Cloverfield. Good God, that was shit. God, that was shit. And there have been a number of Godzilla movies that pissed me off. I think God damn, one of the like later ones. I think it was Godzilla King of Monsters, the second one, not the first one, but the second one. Oh,
yeah, King of Monsters was way too dark, way too much shaky cam.
Shaky cam. You never get a lingering
we didn't get
long
a clear
shot
of Mothra. We didn't get a clear shot of Mothra.
No.
The hell?
And that is shit. So, it's that simple. That's that simple. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward again to Argyle, come February. That's the, the spy movie, starring Henry Cavill. And Chris Evans, I think, right? No, it's Rockwell. Yeah. I think it's what's his name? Rockwell.
Sam
Rockwell. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that February. I think that's going to be good. Anyway, all right. I tell you what, I think it's getting time. We'll read just a few more super chats and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the movie we love. Paula Viter Gamer with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you. Paula Viter Gamer says, not sure if anyone read the news about it. Tico Woke Titty talks about Thor. He revealed he only read one comic, was still baffled by the character. Is it any wonder why things are in the state they're in? Yeah, Tico Woke Titty is another guy whose movies I refuse to watch.
Yeah.
I refuse to watch anything that piece of shit does. Okay? I don't know how this guy can make a comedy about Hitler and skate on it. I guess because he's in the goddamn club.
Yep,
But,
he's in the club.
Yeah.
You would think that the Jewish people would be offended by that shit, but it just goes to show you, if you're in the goddamn club, you can get away with the most vile atrocities. And because Hitler's a laugh riot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one thing to have, like, in the producers, like, the whole point is that it's a terrible, terrible fucking musical about Hitler, and you get one, like, over the top musical number and like some rehearsal scenes. But it's another thing where he's the star of your fucking movie and he's like a kitty friend or some shit. I don't know. I refuse to see it.
I agree.
I refuse to see that shit. I don't think Nazis are fucking funny.
No.
I don't know. Now, Hogan's Heroes, I guess you can argue. I don't know, but I didn't really watch Hogan's Heroes either, honestly. To be honest, I didn't. I don't know. I know the theme song. I like the theme song.
Schultz was great.
Schultz!
I know nothing.
I know. Jesus. Different time. Lord of the Eagles Reaches, who's been a Dumentite for 48 months now. Thank you, Lord of the Eagles Reaches. This is sad to see the Time Lord brought to this. I knew with the missed opportunity with Capaldi that the Doctor was in trouble. Then Jodie, no words. Game over, man. Game over. Yep. Entirely and completely. SP4H, who is a hero recovering from a heart attack, and he's in the chat tonight, folks, wrenching away. God bless you, SP4H. He's been an arch villain of mine for 44 months now, and he says, look out, Marshall, lucky, it's high prices. Hail, SP4H. Brother, it's great to have you back. And Michael Beacom with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Michael says, listening to reviews of the new Doctor Who makes me wonder if they're trying to somehow have the fans look back fondly on Jodie Whittaker. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. It just stops us looking back at all. What?
Did somebody run her over? Look back fine.
No. I guess she just regenerated into oblivion. I don't know what her career is going to look like after this, but c'est la vie. Dark Saber Force with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Dark Saber Force. Says it's very sad to say, I'm extremely disappointed with David Tennant. He read the script, then said yes to doing it. Dude. P.S. Peter Davidson, number 5 rules. Yeah, a lot of people love old Peter, old number 5 in the Doctor Who pantheon. And we can go and watch the old ones again and again and again. God knows there's so many of them, just not the new stuff. I'm done moving forward with the franchise. It is dead to me. It is dead. Michael Beacom with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Michael. He says, regarding Doctor Who, without respect, we reject. It says it all. Goddamn right it does. Hail, Michael Beacom. That fucking shit pisses me off so goddamn much. I would like to just clip that rant I did and put it somewhere, put it on a video or something. I don't know. YouTube probably zap me for it, but I don't care. I'm just sick. I'm so goddamn angry. I haven't been able to approach it as a video because the only way that I can approach it is just ranting and cussing. Yeah, I can't do like reasoned analysis, and that shit just gets you dinged on YouTube. So I just had my say. Thank you for listening. I'm glad it feels better. I feel better that I was actually able to rant about this because it's been building up inside of me for quite a while now. Really, goddamn. Oraxis, been a Dominion of mine for 21 months now. Thank you, Oraxis. Says Mexican Iron Man is a YouTuber. You should have taped the reaction. Well, he thinks Mike should have taped the reaction.
See what he did there with that super chat, trying to get me. Nope.
Yep.
Hashtag not a YouTuber.
Hashtag not a YouTuber. And Green Hat with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Green Hat. Says people are actually asking theater ticket sales if Wish is safe to show to their kids.
Oh, wow.
Good. Good.
Wow.
Good.
How about
Take that,
now?
Disney. Take that, Disney. Hey, my wish came true.
Tigers
I
didn't.
wish it were.
Oh, you wishy-washy fucks. It echoes of the ancients with a $5 super sticker of Bushiba doing kata and dueling. Thank you, echoes of the ancients. You are absolutely awesome. And Crazy Junior renewed their channel membership at the Dominion level. Thank you, Crazy Junior. Hail to you, my dear friend. And Dearest with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Dearest says, when a society becomes decadent and indulges in degeneracy, they are destroyed by barbarians with values and ambition. It's a pattern in history. Nicely said. Nicely said. Hail to you, Dearest. They got a historian and a scholar here, and a gentleman, I assume. Hail to you, Dearest. You are awesome. And Amber Chrome with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you. Amber Chrome says, with all the turkeys that Disney is serving up, no one in the world need go hungry again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, Wish crashed. The Marvels crashed. God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly. But now we see that they just can't. All right. It's time for us, my friends, to go ahead and go to the movies we love. And that movie this week was suggested, I believe, by Gary Ambrosia. It's Used Cars, folks. Used Cars. I saw this movie when I was a kid, and I liked it, but I haven't seen it since. All I remember is a few snippets of it. I can't really discuss it intelligently. I remember this scene where they're rolling back the odometer, which was news to me. I didn't know that kind of shit could happen. I was impressed by it, but it's almost, by my memory, it's almost like a funny Glengarry, Glen Ross kind of thing where, these salesmen are just fucking with each other like relentlessly. And I thought it was very amusing at the time. I just wish I could remember more, but I'm going to go and renew my acquaintance with this one because it's kind of a masterpiece. Gary, what can you tell us about this one?
Well, this was a hard one to find information about. It was actually Andy Masterson that suggested this.
Oh,
movie.
Andy. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this movie is, I'll just get to my notes here. Okay. Used Cars, a super toxic male-oriented comedy directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Kurt Russell, Jack Warden, and Garrett Graham. Produced by Columbia Pictures on an $8 million budget and grossing $11.7 million at the box office. Based on an idea which writer Bob Gale and director Robert Zemeckis were told about by John Milius on the set of 1941, which was a script that followed a used car salesman outside of Las Vegas. Spielberg and Milius were collaborating on the idea with George Hamilton in mind as the lead. After reading the first draft of the script, writer Bob Gale said that Spielberg was appalled at the idea that politicians could be corrupt. Zemeckis, that explains a lot, Spielberg. Zemeckis states that Spielberg didn't like the line in there where we say that the president lies. After Universal Pictures passed on the script, it was picked up immediately by Columbia Pictures president Frank Price because the studio head had at one time been a used car salesman. Zemeckis sees the film as being structured like a Frank Capra film, except that all of the characters are liars. Bob Gale states that due to some of the hazardous conditions on the set, they were lucky they didn't kill someone during the production.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this was a very dangerous set. You'd almost think John Landis was directing this movie.
Oh, man.
After becoming familiar with his catalog of family-friendly Disney films and his recent collaboration with John Carpenter, where he was cast as Elvis Presley, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale flew to Calgary, Canada, to meet with Kurt Russell. The casting is now legendary and showcased the range of this great actor and future megastar. Russell stated, I always kind of thought they'd done a better job with this, I'm sorry, I'm screwing up this quote. I always thought they'd done this. If they'd done this with Bill Murray, it'd have been a big hit. Jack Warden had originally turned down the role of Roy L. Fuchs, but after someone suggested that the role of Luke Fuchs be Roy's twin brother, the dual role was proposed to Warden and he accepted. This is also interesting. Roy L. Fuchs, which is basically Royal Fucks, especially the way it's kind of blurred out on his sign. And then his brother, the twin brother, who runs the New Deal used cars, his name was Luke Fuchs, which I think his middle name probably started with an E, and then you'd get Lukey Fuchs, Lucky Fucks. Let's see. SCTV alumni Joe Flaherty plays Sam Slayton, who at the last second was replaced by another who replaced another SCTV star, John Candy.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, Candy was accidentally booked on two films at the same time by his agent. It is thought that the other film was Stripes. Shot on location in Mesa, Arizona, at the Darner Plymouth Chrysler dealership. By the way, that was Betty Thomas next to
oh,
Kurt
nice.
Russell there.
Yeah, I can see it.
There she is. Yeah, I think this is one of her first roles.
Nice.
But yeah, not too shabby. Let's see. Shot on location in Mesa, Arizona at the Darner Plymouth Chrysler dealership, which doubled for the Roy L. Fuchs lot and the vacant property across the street as the New Deal lot, which was built for the production. The TV ad scene was shot at a stadium parking lot during an actual football game, which gave them the advantage of a full lot of cars at no extra expense. The scene, however, needed to be reshot due to the studio's disliking of the original pair of comedy glasses being a Mr. Dick Nose novelty gag, complete with a penis-shaped nose. These were replaced by the less vulgar, droopy, slinky eyes as seen in the final version of the film. Although Robert Zemeckis stated, he said, I changed the shots of Garrett Graham wearing the Google Eyes stuff, but if you look at the shot of Kurt Russell handing him the glasses, it's got the dick nose on it, which I thought was pretty funny.
Good.
Stunt coordinator and Indiana Jones stunt double himself, Terry Leonard, handled most of the car crashes and gags himself. Leonard recalls the gag that scared him the most was kicking in the screen of a live television, which many do not realize involves high voltage electricity. And also during the commentary, Bob Gale states that they gave him rubber underwear to keep him insulated.
Was it grounded? I mean, did it have a wire going down or something?
I don't know, but that's
Grandpa Munster.
Yeah, there he is, Grandpa
Al
Munster.
Lewis.
Al Lewis.
Yeah.
He's playing the judge of Maricopa County. The two kids which fell out of the back of the used station wagon were actually real kids and the children of one of the stuntmen on set.
Oh my God.
You can't get away with that shit anymore.
No,
man.
that's crazy.
Those kids were like straight up dressed in football gear, and if you watch Doomcock, next time when you watch it, you'll see the station wagon pull out, and they drop right out of the fucking car, and they land right on their faces out of a moving vehicle. It's pretty funny.
Well, back in the 70s, we did that all the time.
Well, yeah, that's how we did it, while we were drinking a beer, like 7 years old.
Oh, sure. Mom would be pissed. She'd scream off in the
yeah.
station wagon, and we'd just flip out.
Smacking
and
us, beating us. We wanted to fall out of the back,
It was the only break we got.
Yeah, right. An Eldorado was rented for a scene, smashed up, bondoed up, and given back to the rental company on the same day. The scene where Garrett Graham shoots up Roy Fuchs' cars used live ammunition.
Oh, yeah.
I'll turn it over to you, Andy.
Shit.
She got a Baldwin joke for us? No? Okay.
Well,
the big line of cars was shot by hiring background performers to bring themselves and their own cars to set for $15 a day. Robert Zemeckis was also saying that they chose a dirt road, and they had the truck that Kurt Russell and the main characters are traveling in, and they had 100 cars behind the truck. And the dumbest thing is that it was a dirt road, so you can't see not one of those 100 cars. They're all covered in dust. So you just see the truck coming down the road. It's like, well, that was a waste.
Well, what are you gonna do?
My final note, at the time Used Cars was screened to a test audience, it scored better than any other previous film at Columbia Pictures in their history at the time. For some reason, this brought about the idea that its release should be pushed forward a month, which limited the ability to promote and properly market the film. And it also put it just 1 week in the wake of the release of Airplane. It's possible that these poor decisions led to its demise at the box office. Although critics were divided, it remains a cult classic and has gained a steady audience, especially in the success of its star and director. If you guys haven't seen this movie, you are missing out because it is a hell of a lot of fun. It's goofy. You don't have to take it seriously. It's got Kurt Russell. You talk about charm, humor, and handsomeness. The ladies love him. It's a great, funny, terrific movie.
Oh yeah.
It's got some great. It's got a lot of cameos. It's got a lot of great comedy value in it, and boy,
nudity.
Oh my God, there's tons of awesome nudity in this movie. Just for no reason other than just nudity. Really, it's a fantastic movie. I'll pass it along.
I think Mexican Iron Man has not watched this, correct? He was going to watch it, but he watched Doctor Who instead, so he's forgiven.
Man. Well, I'm jealous of him again. He gets to watch it for the first time. So.
Yeah. Well, it'll be practically
good
like
decision-making Mexican Iron Man. Good job.
No, it was great, man, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be like almost new for me because it was so long ago. I haven't seen it since. Andy, what do you think of this movie?
Well, way back when, my father was in college in the 1940s, looking for some kind of career opportunity. Then World War II happened, and eventually he ended up as a used car salesman. So, of course, we went to see this. Well, in 1980, I was 13 years old, and the best thing in the world is boobs. So this thing really, really hit home with me. Watching this again, it's just so much fun. I mean, now, I absolutely adore Kurt Russell. I think one of the things that I hated about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was that Kurt Russell is a bad guy, and I just have such a hard time because I love Kurt Russell. And even in that, he's so, he's that friend that gets you into trouble all the time, but you still can't be mad at him because he's Kurt Russell. He is so great in this role when, the part where he's going to run for Senate, and he's making no qualms about it, so he can be completely corrupt about it. It's absolutely awesome. And then I'm not going to give anything away because I'm sure that a lot of people in our audience have not seen this film, but it's so funny. And Doomcock, I know you're going through a lot of stress and stuff like that. Like, I can't wait to talk to you next week after you watch this thing again, because this is the perfect antidote for all of that life pressure and stress and irritation, because it takes you out of everything. It's so much fun. You watch this, it's got the absurd humor before Airplane and Police Squad and all that stuff. Everything about this movie is just, every shot is just hysterical. And I'm watching these scenes, and I would love to know, like, how many of these scenes and how fast they were going while Kurt Russell is doing some of these stunts, because they didn't have CGI and the ability to, like, swap out your face back then. And he's on top of these cars going through the desert, like, as they're bouncing around, and he's standing there surfing these cars on top of it, jump from one to another. Some of them you can see, it's far enough away that it's a stunt double. But a lot of them, it's definitely him.
A lot of them is him. And, there was one thing that Robert Zemeckis said in the commentary was, he said the shot that he still cannot watch to this day is the scene where Garrett Graham's backing up on the road and the guy comes right behind him and drives, like, almost hits him.
Yeah.
He said every time I see this shot, my scrotum just shrinks right up. That's what he said. He's like, I can't watch it. I'm not gonna watch it now.
Shit.
Yeah.
Dodged a
Yeah.
bullet.
Oh my god. Yeah.
This movie is so much fun. And when you go on to see what other things Zemeckis has done after this, you can see the groundwork that's laid in this. This is an unknown treasure for a lot of people that have never seen this. It's classic. It is so much of Kurt Russell's work. It doesn't get the recognition I think it deserves. And I highly recommend that, like, as we get into the holiday season where everybody's going to be stressed out and everybody's going to be rushing around, check out this movie. Give yourself a break. Let yourself enjoy it. Sit down with a slice of pizza and a beer and watch this damn thing, and you will laugh your ass off and be completely separated from all of life's stresses for a little while.
Sounds great, man. I'm jazzed. I gotta go see it. I gotta go see it again. And somebody in the chat was mentioning another cult movie in conjunction to this, Repo Man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
remember Repo Man?
Yes. That's
Emilio
a weird
Estevez.
movie.
That's a fucking funny movie, man.
Yeah.
Harry Dean Stanton and Emilio Estevez, right? The one of the Sheen kids. Fucking great cult movie. Great weird kind of punk, attitude, 80s new wave kind of movie. Really worth watching if you guys haven't seen it, because it's fucking awesome. All right, let's go ahead and read a few more of these super chats.
Super chats, mofo.
All right, so let me continue from where I left off. We made some good progress. Trevin Lane with a $10 super sticker of a super pair flying through the air. Hail to you, super pair, and hail to Trevin Lane for that very kind support of the channel. Thank you, Trevin. And Trevin Lane says with a $5 super chat, hail Trevin Lane says, sorry I'm late. Have the first $10 super sticker from the first super sticker menu, super pair. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all who rob or plunder, super pair. Thank you, Trevin Lane. And Jack White with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Jack. Says, Mike, Doug here are some palate cleansers for you guys after Doctor Who, the Star Blazers reboot, the Gundam franchise, and Eden's Zero. And DC, the NRA, are a bunch of old fuds who have done jack all to preserve Second Amendment rights. Well, I don't know the details of that, Jack. I don't doubt what you're saying. All I know is I definitely support the Second Amendment and the right of people to defend themselves. I don't view that as a political stance. I view it as a constitutional stance, and that's what I believe. So God bless you, Jack White. And Mike, he recommends to you Star Blazers reboot and the Gundam franchise and Eden's Zero. So hopefully that'll help you to wash that ignominy from your taste buds.
From the 20th of December, like I said, to the first week in January, I'm going on my anime deep dive.
All right. Will Max be watching with you?
I'm going to watch it. I got a list of like 35 titles right now.
God damn, man. It's a lot. Catherine Anderson is a new channel member at the Dominion level. Thank you so much, Catherine Anderson, for joining. We really appreciate it. Welcome. And Jack White with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jack. Says Invincible is good. And new series recommendations, Berserk of Gluttony, Classroom of the Elite, and Rurouni Kenshin 2023. Thank you, Jack White, offering alternative entertainment to Dr. Shit. Thank you, Invincible, new series, Berserk of Gluttony, Classroom of the Elite, and Rurouni Kenshin. Thank you, my friend. Chris Nicholson. Hey, Chris, how's it going? He says, with a $10 super chat, thank you, Chris, says, while I am thankful that we seem to be winning this war, I still grieve for all its casualties. As well you should, sir. As well you should. The 10th Doctor was a character incredibly impactful to my life and who I am today. This one hurt. Yeah, do not watch anymore. Do not watch any more of the degradation of your childhood hero, my friend. Curiosity killed the cat and polluted many a mind. Let's just let it move on and do what it's going to do without us. I think that's the soundest strategy I can offer. Darth Maylock with a $10 super chat. Nice name, Darth Maylock. Darth Maylock says, wokeness is cancer. If you are woke, you are most certainly a loser. All hail Lord Doomcock and crew. I have to agree. I really have to agree. Wokeness is a contagion in our culture that hates our culture and is rotting it away within. And, now that's not to say that, classical liberalism or, an embracing of diversity is the same thing. Wokeness has a destructive, anarchist hatred at its core. And it hates, it's racist. It hates, white males. It hates everything that white males have done throughout history, including art, science, literature, etc. And it's just, there's so much negativity and nastiness involved in wokeness that, losers. I would agree with that. Francisco Jimenez with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Francisco. Says stopped with Disney since they denied the Spider-Man gravestone for the 4-year-old. Goodbye, Disney. Yeah, they were such scum.
Despicable.
Yeah, poor Oliver. He just wanted to have Spider-Man on his tombstone to watch over him, and Disney said, no, we can't do that. Go fuck yourself. Really, it's scumbags. Really scumbags. Yeah, they didn't want their fucking intellectual property soiled with association with death. Well, they don't mind soiling their intellectual property with other things, do they? Jim McNamee with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jim. He says, DVD, the Halo TV show was another woke travesty abomination. I was surprised you didn't make a video on it at the time. Keep up the great work. I'm sorry, Jim. I never had a Xbox, so I know nothing about Halo. So I wasn't really qualified to talk about it at all. I mean,
I've been playing Halo since it came out, and including LAN parties with hundreds of people that I organized. That's how I originally got found out about Chris Gore. I used to run LAN parties.
Oh, wow.
Dude, Halo was a disaster.
So the show was just awful.
Oh, God, it was awful.
Yeah. Yeah. I just never watched it. The only thing I watched of Halo was, Red versus Blue, right? The Rooster Teeth comedy. I thought it was pretty funny, but I've never played the game. So that's the only reason I didn't. Otherwise I would have been sounding the alarm. It just wasn't my place in that case, Game Slave with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Game Slave. Says, hail, some good news. Rumors that Farscape is about to begin production by Henson Studio and with the original cast, and not a reboot, but a continuation. Holy shit. Fuck, that sounds like a miracle. Wow. Damn, with the original cast? Son of a bitch. Well, let's hope that it does not go woke. It sounds like it's not. It sounds like they're doing it respectfully. And that's a ray of sunshine for a bunch of genre fans. I'll tell you that. Nice. Thank you, Game Slave, for letting me know. I'd heard nothing about it. Damn. Gen X John with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Gen X John. Says 12-hour episodes of the Dalek army giving pronouns. Yep. And geez, I was gonna make a terrible joke. I'm gonna skip it, but it had to do with the protrusions sticking out of the Daleks and them substituting something else for them. I'll just let it slide. You can imagine. Oh, let it slide. Oh, sounds a bit rude. Anyway, all right. Jeez, I gotta stop. It won't. I can't. I gotta stop. All right. Kevin Stone with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Kevin says, "Here you go." Thank you, Kevin, for the support of the channel, brother. It costs money to keep Harvey locked up. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. R.I.P. Bad Wolf with a $5 super chat. Thank you. R.I.P. Bad Wolf says they have destroyed all of my shows now. This is Rafe honoring the death of Doctor Who. God bless you, Rafe. Well, you heard how I felt about it earlier in the show, I hope. I was just fucking ranting, and it felt so goddamn good to get that off my chest because, man, I hate that shit. Fucking hate that shit. Oh, God, it's a disgrace. Toddzilla with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Toddzilla says, DC, I have 5 tickets to Godzilla this Saturday. Then several co-workers today decided to bring their families to the same showing. Word is spreading. Folks, I will have my Godzilla review out by Friday. So stay tuned for that. I hope it's good. I have a feeling it is going to be good, but we'll see. Congratulations, Toddzilla. Thank you for supporting excellence in cinema, from what I hear. Aaron Pipes, who's been a Dumenta of mine for 16 months now. Thank you, Aaron. Says, did Mexican Iron Man get a new chainsaw on Black Friday to use in his new job in Disney HR?
I wish, or at least a paint gun or something. That would be brilliant.
Well, Mexican Iron Man can only afford so much, given that he's gotten no dividends from Disney since what, the late 1900s?
2000.
When was it?
2019. But thanks. Thanks for remembering.
Well, it's been a long time. It's been a drought in the desert of profit, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, there are no Disney prophets in the desert. False prophets only. Snow Dub with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Snow Dub says, thank you for the follow back on Twitter, Doomcock. You're very welcome, Snow Dub. I was dismayed to see that I wasn't following you. I really should, dude. So thank you for that.
He was, even before you and I did the thing on Disney, he was the first channel that ever had me on live.
Snow Dub, man. Yeah. Hail to you, Snow Dub. Good guy. Good man. Subscribe, will you? And Joe Lamont with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Joe. Says Kissinger finally decided to leave the building. What is that? What is that?
I don't know.
Henry Kissinger.
Yeah, but
Henry Kissinger passed away.
Oh, I didn't know he'd passed away.
I didn't know either. When
That's
that
what
happened?
they're saying in the chat, apparently. I don't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I always think of Kissinger, and then I think of Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah.
It
would not be difficult, monsieur. I mean, Mr. President.
He starts ranting in German. His hand tries to strangle him. It's so good. It's so good. Well, R.I.P. Henry Kissinger. David Lopez with a $5 super chat. Thank you, David. Says, Hayao Miyazaki's The Boy and the Heron is going to put Hollywood and Disney on blast when it comes out on December 8th. Is anyone hyped for the movie? I didn't know it was coming out. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I love Miyazaki. Studio Ghibli has done some amazing things. Porco Rosso is absolutely astonishing. We really should do Porco Rosso as a movie we love, because you guys need to watch it. I think you'll really, really, really like that movie. It's super fucking cool. Thank you, David Lopez. The Boy and the Heron coming out on December 8th, folks. Be sure and tune in. And Roadhog1167 with a $19.99 super chat. That's very generous of you, Roadhog. We appreciate the support. Thank you, brother. He says, Gary, good call, sir. But like DVD, I haven't seen this since the early 80s. I do remember some pointless, gratuitous nude shots. Need more movies like this.
Yes.
Hail Gary Ambrosia.
Yes. Well, again, it was actually Andy Masterson, but yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. Sorry about that.
Go
And
check
there's
it
no
out.
such thing as gratuitous nudity.
No,
Thank you.
it's necessary.
Thank you.
It's necessary. It's the life's blood of toxic males like us. God bless women. I love women. God, they're so beautiful. Fermented Cinema has been a Dominion of mine for 19 months now. Thank you, Fermented One. Says Hollywood is fading quick here in Japan. Good. You're the land of the rising sun. Let Disney be the land of the sinking fucking sun. Thank you, Fermented Cinema. And Gen X John has joined the channel member at the Dominion level. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you joining the channel membership, and hail to Gen X John. Welcome, my friend. And Admiral Teague has some great news, folks. A pop culture breakdown veteran. Admiral Teague with a $10 super chat says, hail DC. Today brings great news. My channel is monetized. Woo! Hail, Admiral Teague. Congratulations, my friend. He says,
Congratulations.
Outstanding, isn't it? He says, thanks for your inspiration and kindness. I won't back down, and we will save Star Trek. Friends, join me. I'm stronger with you than without you. Please, folks, subscribe to Admiral Teague's channel and go give him a watch, will you? He is monetized. He has taken his first step into a larger world. Hail to you, Admiral Teague, and congrats, my friend. Andy Derivative Jill with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jill. Says Garrett Graham, who plays Jeff, was on Star Trek Voyager as Quinn in the episode Death Wish. Used cars was goofy, clever fun, plus a cute beagle. Thank you, Andy Derivative Jill. I'm glad you approve of the movie of the week. It's a good call. And thank you for being such a great wrench. And of course, thank you for the super chat. Dennis McCullough with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Dennis. Says, hail, my liege. Would you consider coming onto the Cotton Council sometime, or invite Snowdub onto the Pop Culture Breakdown? Mexican Iron Man is a member of the council. I don't know about this Cotton Council.
It's a Saturday night show. That's going to be rough for you because I know.
Yeah.
So that's. You know.
Yeah, maybe if they do something not on a Saturday night, I might consider popping in and saying hi. But I can't do anything on after 6-7 hour Friday night frolics. My voice is shot, and I can't do any kind of show, unless it was like a special occasion. Like, I think once Tom had a birthday on Saturday, and I popped on for.
No, maybe we'll do it for a Tuesday night or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
And I do a Taco Tuesday show with them Tuesdays. Maybe you can pop and say hi real quick for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and Snowdub, if Snowdub would like to come on, we could do that. Yeah.
All right, I'll be in touch.
Mr. Jupel with has been a channel member for 5 months now. Thank you, Mr. Jupel. Says, okay, Harvey, this time I found the button, and guess what? I pressed it. I'll let you know when I complete online checkout.
Damn it! Screw you, asshole! Got all my hopes up and now you dash them? What are you, Disney?
That's their specialty. Thank you, Mr. Jupel. Nice one. Nicely played. And Darth Maylock is a new channel member at the Dumentite level. Thank you, Darth Maylock. Hail to you, my friend. Welcome to the channel, sir. Welcome to the channel. And Mercenary X21 with a $2 super chat and a bit of wisdom from Mercenary X21. He says, been collecting physical media, high seas if forced. That's right. Do you know that they're about to remove all of the Looney Tunes cartoons from Max, from HBO Max? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep, they're about to yank them all. So
I've got them all.
Yeah, well then, yeah, but physical media is important, folks.
Yep.
Because this shit happens all the time. In fact, I understand that you can't see a Cocoon anywhere. That it's just
Really?
in limbo. So unless you've got the disc or something, you're shit out of luck if you're a Cocoon fan. So
Yeah.
Wow.
it's going to happen more and more and more. I am telling you, I'm promising you, people, that they are going to start yanking and shelving old classic movies so that their new remakes won't have any competition. I absolutely guarantee you that this shit is going to happen. You just wait. So gather ye physical media while ye may, but get it used. Don't give these studios money for the shit. Dennis McCullough with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Dennis. Says, here's some fire roasted chestnuts for Sabu. All right, Sabu, he thanks you. Harvey probably won't see his kids at Christmas because he's too busy praising his evil son, Kurtzman.
I am not that evil. I would never sire some piece of shit like Kurtzman. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Yeah, come on, Dennis McCullough. Jesus Christ, that's harsh. And Ken Rygard with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Ken says, put a dude in it. Make it trans and lame. That's the next Panderverse special coming from South Park. I hear they're doing another special that's going to like pick on a different aspect of Disney, but they're still attacking Disney. So should be
Bring
fun.
the rain, I say. Bring it.
Bring it. I can't wait to see it. And a Fermented Cinema with a $20 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Fermented Cinema, says, hail. I love to see Japan in the discussion. I just released my first video of a new series interviewing Japanese about their feelings on Hollywood. Surprise, surprise, contemporary Hollywood is fading. Please take a look.
I saw that video. It was very good.
Really? Send it to me, Fermented Cinema. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Fuck yes, I'd love to do that. And by the way, folks, let's review Godzilla Minus Zero next week. Sound good?
Yeah,
I'll
go check it out.
I hear it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Dennis McCullough with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Dennis says, is Harvey a Dalek that hasn't received a wheelchair?
Fuck you. Let me tell you something. If I needed a wheelchair, I'd fucking do a wheelchair. Russell T. Davis can, kiss my ass.
All right. Thank you, Dennis McCullough. Hail to you, sir. And Joe Lamont with a $5 super chat and a optimistic one here. Thank you, Joe. He says, confirmed from Japanese friends, Godzilla is very good.
Yep.
Hoping you'd connect Kissinger and Dr. Strangelove. Yeah. Well, that's exactly what came into my mind, Joe. He says, Porco Rosso, yes. By the way, hashtag woke is non-consensual. 100%. 110 goddamn percent. I've never consented to woke being in my house or in my field of vision. All right, let's go ahead and say goodnight to everybody and give everyone a chance to plug whatever they would like to plug. Gary, what would you like to plug tonight, sir?
Oh, I have a little channel on YouTube. You can check it out. It's my name, Gary Ambrosia. Also, we'll be here next Thursday, not Wednesday. That's a temporary change.
Yes.
So check us out. We will be here with a new movie that we love, and I guess we'll be reviewing Godzilla too, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, hail to the wrenches, hail to the chat. We love you guys. See you later. Stay angry.
Thank you, Gary Ambrosia. And Mexican Iron Man, no Disney dividend Mike is his new nickname. Anything to plug?
I just watch our videos on Midnight's Edge. Andre and Tom are doing some of their best work with some of the videos they release, and the algorithm ain't gonna push us, so you got to push us for us. So, thanks for having me, DC. It was a great show, and it's very therapeutic. So I feel that I'm more at peace now because I came in hot. So,
yeah, no, dude, me too. I was just bottling it up because I couldn't. It needed to be a free-form conversation like this and not like a formal, normal review.
Right, like it's almost like we're on the schoolyard at a picnic table. It's like, do you see this crap? And you know what I mean? Like
that's the only way for me to do it on something that I hate this much. You know, it's just like it's kind of like the last Obi-Wan Kenobi episode where I was just walking around with a little mini recorder in my hand, just yelling into my fist. You know what I mean? There was no rational analysis. It's just goddamn disgrace. Thank you. And we miss you, Rob Wright's Gen X Pop Culture. Rob Wright is ill. That's why he is in the chat today. So God bless you, Rob Wright. Feel better, brother. We love you, man. Hope you can come back next week to talk about Godzilla with us. And Andy Masterson, looking fantastic back there, my friend. Nicely arranged over there. Oh, look, it's Santa Cock.
Yes. Although Mikey stole your hat.
Oh!
Yeah.
It looks like him, though. Here comes Santa Cock. Here comes Santa Cock. All right.
Look, it's an action figure set. Doomcock with his landscaping guy.
I won't be coming in your chimney, but your window. I do have a little channel called The Laboratory of Mayhem, where I will be doing a new review of a couple new 1/6 scale bodies for customizers out there that are really going to revolutionize the market, I think, anyway. And very soon I will be opening up the Laboratory of Mayhem to commissions where people can actually hire me to make 1/6 scale action figures like Mexican Iron Man here, so I can share the goodness of collecting. Meanwhile, make sure you tune in on Friday for Doomcock's Friday Night Frolic show, where he does a variety show, including celebrity voice impressions, song parodies, original song parodies, and some of the most interactive chat you are going to find on YouTube. Check us out next Thursday, again, as Gary said, on a oddball night, where we will be doing more of this pop culture breakdown and reviewing the new Godzilla -1 movie, which is doing incredibly well, despite the fact that it is all in subtitles and will probably do better than Wish.
Oh, I think there's no way it's not going to do better than Wish. And actually, I'm really glad that it's in subtitles, because I prefer to watch Japanese, anime and movies in the original Japanese. It just adds a special kind of verisimilitude to it that I find very appealing. And Count da Money with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Count da Money.
Demonet.
Oh, da Monet. Count da Monet says Kissinger kicked off because KK may have consumed all of the available infant's blood. But he was seen skinny dipping at the Small World just the other day. Well, there you go. Hail to Count da Monet, and hail to Kissinger. A very satirical super chat. Thank you very much, Count da Money, or da Monet. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Get well, Robert Wright. Continue to recover, SP4H. And we love all of you out there in the chat. I hope you all had fun. So again, we just remind you, we will see you not next Wednesday, but next Thursday, just because of holiday stuff coming up. It's my fault. Blame me. I want to thank my amazing panel of pop culture pundits and all of you out there. And thank you, Gen X John, for joining the channel membership and for supporting the channel. Everybody, hail to George Valentine out there as well. Jonah Hex, Iris Ramos, and Rob Wright's Gen X Pop Culture. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock and my panel of pop culture pundits and my amazing wrenches. Thank you so much, you amazing wrenches. And Arthur Sampson with a $2 super chat says, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? No. It's never wrong to try to pick up girls. Girls like to, men who have the balls to try and pick them up, don't they? Unless they have like nose rings and purple hair, in which case, veer well south of them. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock and my panel of pop culture pundits bidding you all, my friends, oh yes, stay angry. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
See you next Thursday.